Boom, we're back live in the building. Absolute Sure Podcast back for I put on the thing episode number 122. I don't know if that's really 122, but today is going to be episode number 122. So make sure you get ready, buckled in, strapped in. We got a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. It's your boy D friend. My boy Bryson. Do stuff real quick while I share this shit on his Twitter.
What's good? It's your boy B Neil. Fuck out my face.
What is that? Is that like a
That's that
that's
drizzy.
not like a bad bitch anthem or something?
Fuck out my
Get out my
face.
face.
The streets don't stay dangerous though.
All
I
right,
ain't
I'm
gonna lie, I've
tweeting, I'm
been
tweeting, I'm
feeling
tweeting, I'm tweeting, I'm
that
tweeting. Boom, we
drizzy.
here. All right. If you're in the chat, salute to you. Like I said, you can tell by the title, we got a lot of shit to get into. Breakfast Club, shit just happened. Over with. NBA Youngboy flopped big time. Like, they ain't even know, ain't even know, especially after the conversation we had last week about it. But we was arguing about 200. He barely scraping 100, and that's just a projection. It could be lower than that for all we know. And for what we've seen, especially with this year of music, a lot of that shit has been going lower than, you know what I'm saying, when academics tweet out those first projections, the shit be going under. But we got the
Metric shit
chat
was
open.
supposed to go
We got the chat.
far.
We got the chat open. So y'all, chat throughout the day. Y'all pop on the screen and see yourselves. You famous, you a celebrity. What you want to get into first? I feel like I want to get into the young boy shit, to the Breakfast Club shit a little bit. You know what I'm saying? When the usual start trickling in and commenting and
Yeah,
talking, and
yeah,
we
yeah.
can
I
talk
feel
about
like.
Pete. We can talk about whatever. We can talk about whatever.
You know what I would rather start with? Get
What's
some
up?
going shit out the way. I ain't even gonna lie to you. We ready to start like that, but I'm interested in this FBI raise with Trump. I feel
Okay.
like that's a good way to start until we get some more people in here. Because I ain't gonna lie, every other topic is a conversational piece.
I mean, the FBI shit is just he had some classified documents in his home. They raided him. We ain't never seen niggas get raided, like, especially no former president get raided like that. And I think it's more of a political thing. People was tweeting that, like a guy like Andrew Yang, who was like a Democratic nominee. He tweeted, "Hey, this looks like a political hit job type shit, right?" They was bashing him. You're stupid. That's a bad take. It's like, bro, that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
So
they
even
didn't give
even even
details.
huh?
They didn't give details
They
to
just say
like
he
what
had
they were
classified.
looking for.
He had classified documents in his home in Mar-a-Lago that he took there when he was to the president. He was supposed to been return them. The National Archives wanted the shit back. He never returned it. They put a
So it
grand
really
jury
wasn't.
together in May, and that's how
It
it
really
goes.
didn't have to be a raid. They just had to go pick them hoes up. It just
Uh,
sounded like the nigga forgot.
He probably didn't forget, but I feel like it's a spectacle thing. I feel like it's a it's a. I think you want to know what I think. Honestly, I think it's a way to get into his home and try to find other type of evidence they can use against this nigga. They don't want him to run for president again. They
They
want to
can't do
figure
that
out.
though,
They want to.
unless they
They'll do
go.
whatever they got to do. I feel like this one they'll do whatever they got to do.
They can leak it to the media, but they can't officially like use that against him. If you was looking for one thing
They'll
and then
figure
go in
something
there and
out.
take something else.
If we just seen the shit the FBI done did to black people, and I know he's a former president, I know he's a multi-billionaire, but I wouldn't. They hate him so much, I wouldn't put it past him to do some shit like that.
It's possible, but I'm curious. Is it the biggest thing we seen? Because Hillary emails and like them getting raided through, I feel like, or not raided, but ran through. I feel like that was a big thing, even though she wasn't a president.
Yeah, but
But
she ain't really get in trouble for it.
well, he ain't getting in trouble for it either. But I'm saying like,
We
I feel
don't
like
know.
that was a
They investigating. They see what he did with the shit. They ain't just raid him just like to go get the documents. They raided it to see if there's type of crime being committed and see if
you
they
know.
could get it.
But from what you're saying, I don't believe they got anything besides he forgot to mail some shit off. You know how much shit in here I was supposed to been returned, nigga.
I think if you have some classified documents, it's different from I got to return some shit from Amazon.
To a certain degree, but then it's like I bet it's not nothing serious. I bet it wasn't like some like that's what I'm saying. I felt like it was some shit like, hey, this only was allowed to you when you was like a kid or some shit. This was allowed to you as the president. Now you're not the president. We know why you have it. We wouldn't trip. Probably many other presidents got some classified shit that they kept because just like niggas be bringing over guns and shit from overseas, like we know you niggas be having some shit.
But I think that's their main thing is like other presidents have had classified shit, but y'all never raided these niggas crib for the shit. It's like, but
Exactly.
y'all raided him.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I feel like that's like the thing they always say, like, "Hey, send this back to us," whatever. Like, bro, if they really needed that, that was like, give me your badge and gun. Like, that would have been like something that he had to check out with. Like, it ain't like he still got a room in the presidency. Like, it's like, nigga, like,
Yeah.
you take everything you need from that nigga when he leaves his presidency. Like, I'm pretty sure like y'all have a checklist of all the things that he's supposed to have before he leaves officially.
Yeah.
So the fact that wasn't met years ago when it like, come on, bro. Like,
I mean, he has not been in prison for like 2 years now, so y'all probably could have been went and picked that shit up. Ain't like he got it during the last year. He been had it.
yeah, right before election
But
started
yeah,
heating up. Like,
that's what I'm
it's
saying. Shit's more political than the niggas on the line like to make it out to be like, we know what's going on here. But for him, I feel like I always feel like the Democrats always fumble a move. They always think they're doing something that's going to take them 10 steps forward, but they always knock their ass 10 steps back. Like Lydia said, like all it does is like galvanize his support around him. Is like, I told y'all, they are going to come after us, and then y'all just proving to them every time y'all coming after them. And you can say it's a talking point or this, and that, but
and
they believe that talking point, so y'all only reinforcing the talking point.
it's they're still not realizing they're playing in his field. Like, he's already been the polarizing guy. Anytime you do anything to make him like bring more light to him, that's good for him. He's already polarizing. That's why he won the presidency in the first place. So it's like, it's not like, unless you actually put this nigga in jail, just bringing him up, like, and like, look what he's doing. Like, he's already been that guy. He capitalizes on it every time. So it's like,
The
you
bet,
you
the
have
bet,
to you got to play a better game than that. I don't feel like, even with the rating shit, like, I feel like he been talking about that with Hillary and shit. I feel like they playing his cards, like, instead of like trying to even play their game in a sense. Like, but
the best
I
thing for
don't
them
know,
to
bro.
do is just don't worry about that nigga. Don't speak about him. Don't talk about him. Like, just keep it pushing. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna like as far as the
It's
supporters go, they're still gonna support him. But my thing is like, y'all just keep giving this dude more fire every time y'all speak
he
about him, talk about him. So it's y'all fault.
he live rent free in their head, bro. And you got to think, because it goes out. It don't even go outside of politics, but he do it the best as far as like being marketing wise. Like, obviously, like, people don't be caring and shit, but that's the whole thing. Like, he makes people like him and bring the conversation to it. But no Democrat can do what he do, and if they do, it's like they faking it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they terrified if they put some, like, Joe Biden won because of pity shit. They terrified if they put somebody else up there and he just a regular guy. Like, so that's why he's so rent free in their head. It's feel like they feel like there's nothing they can do to win besides discredit him. So they can't not think about him. They feel like he's too powerful. I feel like, but
But I'm not a fucking multimillionaire Democratic strategist, and I can just see like, hey, this move that y'all doing ain't gonna like it ain't gonna fare how y'all think it's gonna fare. The people that this thing they think they're doing, but I feel like this is the thing that the right does better than the left is they think when they do things, more people that are kind of more in the middle are gonna go to their side. All you're gonna get is the motherfuckers who fuck with y'all gonna keep cheering. Like y'all aren't moving anybody to your side. I feel like in the country, if you look at even like what's coming up the elections and they're saying there's gonna be some big red wave, they were able to move more people to their side that was kind of indifferent than the left is. Y'all kind of
without
pushing
Trump
motherfuckers
too,
away. And
without
without
Trump
even having
too,
Trump in office.
that's the biggest thing. So yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, what do you feel like they would have to do to like really like compete with him? But it's the question is really just answered itself. They got to be organic. They got to just
They gotta be
do things
normal.
normal, but actually do shit that people feel the effects of. Like, they like they a puppet show with the Democrats, bro. Like, obviously we know how Republicans move, but when it comes to like taxing and shit, when it comes to actually saying they're gonna help people, they like to fake it a lot. And I feel like they ain't pulled no new strings besides pandering and
Yeah.
acting like they gonna do shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, like, when you talk about that gray area that the Republicans grabbed, I feel like that's the demographic span from young people to black men. I'm pretty sure it's a growing population of black women as well. Shit, and maybe people that was already Democratic on the fence, but the fact that you got the young generation as the Republicans, I think that's a lot to kind of stand on. Like, yeah, you may got the loud liberals, but I think the average like day trader people or average Joe that's trying to just make it, I feel like they'll support the Republicans at this point.
Well, I think it's essentially from what I see on social media, it's just anecdotal off social media, is young men versus young women, essentially. most young women are cool with the left feminists, like that type of wave, and the young guys are more like, it's more cool, rebellious to be on the concern. From what I'm looking at on social media, when I look at these certain pages, like when I follow a guy like the Sneeko guy, and you look at everybody his chat, they're kind of obviously it's mostly men in his chat. They run that way. If you look at a woman, most likely they're probably going to run over to the left side. Looks nice, free, fun, you know. But once they get married, they tend to kind of vote whatever their husband ends up being most times.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. That makes sense. But
But
as
yeah,
time go on, I feel like maybe the women may not ever gravitate, but you never know. We'll see.
yeah. But hey, man, let's know what y'all think of the chat, man. The chat is open. Y'all can see it in the fucking thing. If you in here, you got something to say, you got something you wanna get across to us. Make sure y'all drop it in the chat
All right,
throughout the
man.
throughout the show, throughout the episode. We like to talk back to y'all. We like to hear what y'all talking about as well. So I feel like it's still a little early to hop into the two topics I
I
want to talk
like
about.
I like how the list is kind of oh, I had just put something in there. So let's skip that one and go to Ashanti and Irv Gotti. I like that
Have
conversation.
you seen the Irv Gotti thing?
No, but your comment made me laugh like
No,
a motherfucker.
so pretty much he was on Drink Champs and he was like, he's essentially like just you know how like we like people like Brittany Renner or people like Superhead like I slept with like they just gotta get volunteer information nobody's asking for. I slept with Ashanti and then we went and made this record. Like you ain't gotta do it. Like I don't even know. Like listen, I'm not big like hip hop historian, so like I don't know if maybe everybody back in the day knew they was fucking with each other. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. I could be wrong there, but it just always feels weird a grown man just volunteering the information out his mouth when it's not even really necessary to the story. I know it sounds good, like we had sex and then we created one of her biggest records, but it's like that's some woman shit.
And so I didn't see the video, but I seen people talking about the shit. So I agree with you that is some woman shit, but I feel like there is a way to do it. But what's so nasty about it is why he's doing it. He's doing it the cloud chase because he feels like he's literally like riding her coattail. Like, hey y'all, I used to talk to Ashanti. Like he one of them dudes. Like, hey bro, you know who I fucked? Like
Like
he
20
want
years
brownie
ago when I was in high
points.
school, I smashed. Like, bro, nobody gives a fuck about that.
He want
That's 20
brownie
years
points.
ago.
Like he want to seem cool because he knocked down the popular girl. It's like, all right, nigga, but she don't want shit to do with you now, nigga. She think you a dweeb now, nigga. But I feel like if he was doing a documentary or he was like in an interview and somebody brought it up organically and he just so happened to talk about it and they gave some stories and insights, it's like cool. But you could tell he bragging and trying to get some cool points for it. That's what
Yeah,
make that nigga so lame, bro.
it's just corny. It's like that's some shit Trail the photographer would do. That's the shit that nigga do. You know I fucked her in the seven. Like, hey, all right, but calm down, my nigga. Nobody ask you all that shit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of dudes do be doing some female shit, and I get that. I do get that because it's some gossipy ass shit. It's some like, um, I don't know. It's like, nigga, what you want to be like, Mister Ashanti? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
like you want to tie. It's like you want to tie yourself to her. Like if she said, "Hey, I fucked her, got it, we made happy," it feel more natural. It feel like okay, that kind of like makes it. Oh, he inspired you through sex with him. It feels more natural. But when a dude do it, it always feel thirsty. It always feel I'm trying to remember whatever the fuck he's trying to do. It just don't feel right. And I don't think, especially though 50-year-old, however old he is, that should be your angle going. In your interview, let's talk about you. I don't want to talk about Ashanti. That shit fit 20 years ago. But
Yeah,
that's how niggas get down.
yeah, and like I said, for me, like it had to be a specific question because, like, how do you get into the sex shit? Like, I could see like you answering questions about the actual music and feeling like how she was the best artist you ever had. Like, I could see you giving her props and being like, "Bro, you missed the times that y'all." Like, I can see even that being like just reminiscing. Like, I don't even think that was reminiscing. Like, that was cold hard trying to brag and like just be impressive.
Yeah. I mean, Fat
Impressive.
Joe called him out and it was like, now he like, well, me and Fat Joe aren't friends anymore because bro, that was, we all see that shit was corny. But we all see what you was trying to do. So, that's how it go. Trail, don't nobody want to see you, man. I'm sorry. Don't nobody want to see you, man. He don't like he likes the podcast with he just wants me to himself. He likes it with just me on the screen. He wants to just watch me talk about things. He don't he what are you gonna just do different? He want me to be by myself. He wants me to have me all to himself. He don't want me talking to Bryce on here.
You don't pay attention to him
Yeah, I don't
when
pay
you
attention
talking
to
to
it as
me.
much when it's me and you. He wants me all to himself. Jesus Christ. But anyways, I mean we got people popping in now. I think people who popping in now they want to talk about the shit, man. They want to talk about the shit. We talk about. I think we talk about the flop. That's a fun like conversation. I wish Ward. I see Wardle. He in some space and shit. So I let him. He trying to get the Twitter Spaces clout. So I let him do that. But yeah,
Not a
it
pot
came
affair.
it came out that NBA YoungBoy is projected to sell 102,000 first week. Last week, I feel like we had like a 30-minute to an hour. I wouldn't say. I guess you could say argument conversation about him doing 200. Like we was arguing about him doing 200 if that was superstardom. So now to see him do 100,000, come on, y'all got to call it spade a spade. That shit's kind of trash, bro. Like
And
that's
just
that. Like come on, this supposed to be the guy.
wasn't this the album that's been like supposed to come out like a few like months
I was supposed
ago?
to come out like a month ago, a couple months ago, or something like that.
Yeah, I remember we were supposed to listen to it not too long ago, right?
Yeah,
So it's supposed to been waited on. Like he had like some of the songs in the album already on there, right? Like
yeah.
when you
So a
had
lot of the
when you,
songs, I think he said like 12 for Wardu's there. I think he said like 12 some songs already. Like he made YouTube videos for, and they was out.
so from that you would think like the rollout should have been decent. You would think people know this whole coming out. You
Look
would
at
think
that,
that this
Lydia. That's a bullshit. It's not on title. Like, bro, let's keep it a buck. How many niggas actually listen to title? Come on, come on. Let's stop. Like, if you just said Apple Music or Spotify, Jay Z don't even own it no more, so they ain't even on no black owned shit. But like, who, if we just do a poll in the chat, who uses title? Probably nobody. So the not being on title is not a good excuse.
you think he would have had another 150K.
Like for title, like, what's on title? Like, come on, Liddy, that's some bullshit. That wouldn't have mattered. But I'm gonna let my bad. I went in. I just seen that. They go the first young boy.
Nah, you
Cope.
just would you would think, well, of course, like this should be a decent selling album. Like people already got a taste of it. It's Young Boy at his finest. Why not get 100? Like what was some what was some of the last artists to get 100K in sales? Like I know
I
Big
mean,
Sean got like
pretty
one.
much everybody who's dropped this shit has been a big name. Like Lil Durk, Young, not I would say Young Gunna. Obviously Kendrick did like 300 something, I think. Drake did whatever he did. But you know me with this music shit for this year. Tory Lanez, by the way, stole my whole shit I've been saying for months now about how trash music been this year, and then he came out and made this whole tweet thing, and it kind of went viral. I've been saying that shit. Future did 200,000. Um, but yeah,
I
pretty much
could get
where he's supposed to be in everybody's conversation. He's supposed to be in the to me high hundreds to 200 to high hundreds to at least 200 something.
I can get Lil Durk doing 100. I can get Gunna doing I really don't get Gunna doing 100. Not when him supposed to be so popular. But Young Boy's supposed to be more popular than Lil Durk and Gunna, if you ask me, right? He's the second most streamed. It makes
Yeah,
no excuse. It's no excuse for getting 100K, bro. And I know we was kind of talking about what we was talking about last week, but I listened to some of the album today. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, I got the most." I understood everything to the best conceptual or whatever concept, but it was okay album. Like it wasn't like I wasn't mad at a lot of the songs. It was decent,
yeah.
right? But where's the great songs? Where's the hits? Like I'm gonna be real with you. He's a good rapper, but he's not an artist. He got a lot of loud shit going on in this shit that I don't really love. I know it's a little New York. I mean, not New York. It's a lot of New Orleans kind of feel to it. But I did like some of the slow stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Yeah, I
it
feel like the
was
slow songs were the best songs.
Soul. It was like Soul Survivor something. I wrote it down. I wrote
I
some of the
like the
songs
shit
I
with him
like.
and Kalani. Go to or O2, some shit like that. Like I said, and and let me make this clear. When I talk about these numbers, I'm not discussing the quality of his album. That's another conversation. I'm just talking about this constant nagging of superstardom, biggest this, he's the guy. The numbers just don't provide it. And we could say, well, who cares about numbers and da da da? Tell me a legendary great that don't have numbers in the new era. You can't name anybody that don't have numbers.
Yeah, and I know you said stop. You don't like the comparison, but even with Beyonce, you say we both said we seen people that talk about how they really don't care to listen to it or didn't get the urge to listen to it, they didn't love it. She still
Mm.
did numbers, bro. I know it's Beyonce, but to act like Beyonce's in her prime, like, and she's facilitating the biggest fandom that she's ever had, like to act like she's doing the biggest rollout, like she did a huge videos. She didn't even do all that, bro, and
And
she's
she
still
sold
able to
she sold
sell.
she sold 190,000 just in like people buying her shit. Like just in like actually purchasing her album, she did 190,000, which is
And
in this day and age that's really good for physical copies or whatever, digital maybe and physical.
and it just go to show that, I mean, it's not a fake fandom that Beyonce has. Like, I feel like if you really that person and you got decent music, bro, you gonna sell. I know we like to make an excuse about error or maybe white people got their fan base, but bro, the big artists, bro, get supported. It's no excuse when we talk about big artists. Like, yeah, when you talk about some of the dudes that's not so mainstream, but when you talking about the dude that has supposed to be the most second stream artist, you can't sit up here and say
And that ain't
because of
even
the
just
error.
rapper. That's like artist, like period.
And that's huge. So to act like it's a different era, and that's the only reason he could have only sold 200, and that was us last week.
Yeah, that was
Fact, he
last
only
week.
sold 100. Like,
I
come
can't,
on,
I
bro.
can't, I can't defend 100. I would the 200. I was like, that kind of lines up with where I think that at least lines up where I think he goes with his era. 200 is good. I'm and now see, I ain't gonna lie, seeing this at 102, Rod Wave is dropping this week. I'm interested to see what Rod Wave does this week. Lil Baby, I would assume is gonna drop at some point this week, so I'm interested to see what Lil
Album, or
Baby does. Whatever.
you said an album or what?
Rod Wave dropped an album this week, I think, on the 12th.
What about Lil Baby?
Um, I don't know when he's dropping his album. I'm just assuming he's at some point. I would assume he's gonna drop it. I mean, he's been like
Lil Wayne dropping
year.
soon.
Well, his shit ain't gonna sell.
You don't think Carter 6 gonna sell?
Not like no, not like hundreds of thousands. Not like to be in like conversations of like no. I mean, how much did Carter Five sell first week? If we gonna talk about like Wayne,
480,
it was on 480 first week. Damn. Well,
430,
when they come out? When they came out? 2018.
2018.
Uh,
That's why I was like, huh? Why you said?
damn. I didn't know it's so. I didn't know it's so 480.
Off
I was
Carter
gonna take it
5
back.
name. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if it's gonna sell. I don't think it's gonna sell like that.
It could sell
If
like,
Wayne drops,
it's
I say
Wayne,
maybe
bro.
mid.
It's
I say mid hundreds in today's. I don't know. Today's climate feels different. I don't think niggas give a fuck about music no more, bro. I just don't see it. Like, I'm even like I'm interested to see like when Travis Scott dropped. Like Travis Scott did 500,000 last time. Where's Travis Scott? Post Malone did 600,000 his last album. This album did 125. There's a disconnect going on somewhere, and I don't know what it
the
is.
disconnect is for different reasons, but I feel like the biggest part of it is music, and then also just how this person may be connecting with the times. I believe that, right? But Carter 5, Carter 6 in general, just being a Carter legacy, that's gonna sell.
Yeah.
If it was just Wayne dropping a dedication or a new name for a project, no, I can understand maybe only selling 100 or maybe 150. But the fact that it's a Carter series, that's what I'll talk about. That connection to people, like, and being good music along with just, I mean, being that being that shit, bro. Like, you can't deny that. He gonna sell hard. I'm looking at 300 myself.
So
I
you
think,
think Wayne with the Carter is going to sell more than or the same amount as Kendrick did with his 5-year layoff and Kendrick Lamar's hype? I don't see 300.
yeah, I would think so.
Not in this climate. I do not see 300.
Carter
I say
6?
the most. I say 150. The
Hell no,
Bro, I'm
not a
telling you,
Carter.
niggas don't give a fuck about music, man. I get this feeling. I'm gonna keep on saying it. I don't
Not
see 300,000.
People
I
don't
don't
give
see
a fuck about
200,000.
microwave music. That's what you conflating too. People don't give a fuck about okay music. That's what's being
But
reflected.
everybody's
That's not
music's
been good
dropping.
because
It don't matter
everybody's
who it
not
is.
drop. A
Everybody.
lot of people's dropping mid. A
If
lot
you
of
say
people not touching the
microwave
people.
music and music you don't like is two different things. Like Kendrick Lamar's album isn't microwave music.
Okay, it was mid though. It wasn't. It wasn't his
Oh, see, that's
greatest.
two different. The microwave and mid. If you
Okay,
don't,
but it's a
your
it's a
taste
it's
is
a few
his
different
taste is two
things.
different things. How do we know Carter Six is not gonna be like mid shit?
It could be, but I don't think the title of Carter 5 alone is not a mid title. The legacy of Carter 5 is a great legacy. That alone gonna sell. It's about marketing too. A lot of dudes don't market themselves that greatly. I think it's So it may be mid marketing, it may be mid music, it may be microwave marketing, it may be microwave music. But I think it's all contributing to a subpartness. That's all I'm saying. And then when people with great legacies come out or great names come out, they sell. Also, when people so happen to make great music with great rollouts, it sells. But majority of other people just not getting like, hey, I make music, I'm popping right now, and my shit reflecting it. I think you can contribute the little Dirks, I mean not little Dirks, excuse me, the little Pumps and them niggas of the world, because like it was a popular thing, but when it came to the numbers, it never translated into albums. And people was doing that as well, like taking that like I'm gonna make songs that people love or whatever, but they wasn't really focusing on albums. Like I don't think it was as bad as a little Pumps in them, but like I said, we said this about a lot of these artists. They don't be focusing on the quality of an album. I think that affects them. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of shit changed during the industry during that era because a lot of that meme shit started happening. A lot of that let's just go viral shit start happening. So that became like the marketing and the selling point, and that only goes so far. I don't think it's a vindicative of music. Like I said that earlier, I was like, damn, because we were talking about interviews a little bit, which we'll get into later. I was like, damn, music may be dying, but I just think we've been saying it, bro. Music had been, it's not like music just been microwave. Niggas had been shitting on Future and niggas been shitting on rap for a minute being microwave. So this idea been around for a minute, even with some of the artists that we like. So now I feel like it's coming to a head where you see this shit don't even sell as far as albums. But I feel like that makes it like a punch in the chest to these artists, like, hey, you got to come back harder now. But I think they can. I think sales will reflect that. But so far, it's been mediocre shit, and people not supporting it, and or they just look for something later because it's or like you making shit, but it's not nothing that's gonna stand the test of time when other people dropping shit constantly. So you got to make classic shit damn near. Nobody really even focused on that. Not even Drake. But Drake's so big, his name gonna sell regardless. So he got that for him. Carter's so big, I think he gonna sell regardless. Now, if it's great, it's gonna probably sell more.
I say 150 max. I think I ain't gonna lie.
150 is crazy. 150 is
I say
crazy.
150 max.
How's been
I,
over? He
I
just
could
sold
be wrong.
400 in 2018. Trail, you just be talking. I don't think it's gonna sell 400, but I think it's gonna sell 3.
I'm just gauging like yeah, the Carter series is great, but I feel like there's way more hype around the Kendrick Lamar coming back than another Carter album from Wayne. I just don't see him doing the high 200 like.
Carter's are so there's legacy things about culture, right? Kendrick is a legacy baby. He's like one of the rap babies of our era, right? They're supposed to be the next whatever. Carter's is that thing that's championed by all industries, by markets. It's gonna be like it's one of them ones that's gonna get played everywhere. Like when Carter 5 came out, people shitted on it, but that shit was played a lot of places. Like as far as like it was in the playoffs and stuff like that. Like that's I think when this come out, people gonna champion it. People gonna talk about it because it's one of those things. Like you get, I think it's one of them things that you get more views for reviewing it. You get more views. I think it's that, bro. Like it's a Carter series, bro. I don't know, and it's been something that's haven't been missed really much. Like he ain't never had a bad Carter. It ain't like he just dropping some shit and putting a name on it, and it's like, oh, here this nigga go again. The Carter 10, some mid shit. It's like, nah, this nigga take his time with them. In between time, he still drop music, but when he drop it, be pretty good music.
We'll see. I still think like 150, but I could, like I said, I could be wrong. I feel like 150 is in the cards right there.
Let me see.
I don't feel like the high, like, oh, the Carter's sick. Like I don't think so. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to see what was his last album? Was it?
I don't know. Probably some bullshit. Free Weezy 12 or something.
That's funny. It's a trust fund babies.
That was the album he had with Roddy Rich. So let's just say the last album, No Ceilings 3. That's a leg. No Ceilings is a big deal.
That's
No Ceilings is a big deal.
It's not the Carter.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. It's a big deal. It's a legacy. It's cultural. No Ceilings 3. Damn. Damn. So, okay. Oh, okay. Hold on, bro. I feel like, bro. Hold on, bro. The, niggas must not be reporting on Wayne shit when it dropped. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I don't remember seeing these numbers. Hold on, let me see if I'm reading this right. No
He
ceilings
did
3.
220 on the fucking
That's what I'm saying. He did 220 with no ceilings. I'm gonna have to revert a little bit. Because I don't remember hearing nobody talk about that. Bro, that shit was hosted by DJ Khaled. I didn't even hear. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know No Ceilings 3 came out.
Funeral sold 139 and it had 38 pure sales. Nigga, stop playing with Wayne.
I could be. Hey, I could be wrong. I don't know, man. I could be wrong. I ain't gonna lie, because I didn't know that. I didn't know No Ceilings 3 sold 229 first week.
Let me see.
That was
What's
in
on No
2020.
Ceilings 3?
Hey, okay. I still don't know. Maybe 250. Nah, I'm gonna say 200. I'm gonna just go 200.
That's
I'm gonna go
light.
200 because that was a sneaky 220. I ain't hear nobody talking about that shit.
And they's gonna talk about quarter 5. 6, I mean. Oh yeah,
That was
this
a
how it was
sneak.
mid.
That was a sneaky 220.
This was mid. I remember this one. It was cool. I ain't love this one. No Ceilings 3.
Like, bro, DJ Khaled was the host. Like, bro, I probably even know any songs off that motherfucker, and it did 220.
You know BB King freestyle.
I mean, maybe if somebody played it, but
It's
not
like
like off the top of my head. Not like
it's I think the
fucking.
song with Drake. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and I
him
probably
and
only
that.
listen to that shit like one time. Then I ain't really I wasn't really a driving factor in me listen to it. I mean, hey, like I said, I could be wrong.
No, it's
But
only a few songs on here
as
that
far
I
as the new
like.
people, let's get back to Youngboy, because I already know all the excuses that we would get from a Youngboy shit. He's blackballed. I feel like I was talking to Zahid today about it. He said there's no like support behind him. Like what? I want to ask the chat. People who say he doesn't have support from, what do y'all consider support? Is it only being on playlists? Is it interview? Like what is he not getting that everybody else gets?
While
That's what I
y'all
want to know.
while y'all answering that, I'm gonna give y'all my thesis on him. He's an example of somebody. Kev on stage has talked about. He said, "Would you rather have 2 million followers, or would you rather have like 30,000?" It was a little trending thing. This girl couldn't sell no shirts. Like she couldn't even sell like 20 shirts, and she had 2 million followers. Versus Kev had 30,000 people on Patreon active, and he was like, the money he made versus the money she made is virtually nothing. I feel like he may have this big streaming shit, but he is not capitalizing on it like he should be. He is not. He's touching them on a certain level, but he's not touching them to a point to
Okay,
get
hold
them
on.
to themselves.
What is support? Support is vague. You talking about support from other rappers? So when like I said, I want you to tell me what the
Y'all
fuck you
not.
mean.
Y'all not.
Support from the label. What is that? Tell me what that support looks like.
Y'all not letting him. Y'all not making him be accountable to like his fault, like his short size. Because you gotta think about it. At the end of the day, he has access to the second or the what? He's the second or the biggest streaming artist.
On YouTube, he's number one, but as far as like overall streams,
He
he's
has
number two behind Drake.
access and he has the numbers of 1 million people, which would be way more equivalent to his sales if all those people was actively listening to him, and those people was word of mouth telling him how great he is. He would make them sales. He's not hitting on some level for some reason. Whether he maybe used to be better when he first came out, or maybe he not dropping his hits like he should have been, or whatever. But that's really what it is, bro. Because ain't no way this dude got big numbers in one place, but it don't translate to itself. XX Tension is a representation of it being in one place and translating to another. How is it
Or
not?
even like Uzi in his prime. Uzi was doing like 300, 290. Like,
How is it not translating? And did they have the hugest marketing behind them? No, they just had a big social media buzz. Lil Uzi wasn't doing interviews. Lil Uzi wasn't whatever, but he was trending. Like he's just trending for dumb shit, dancing, whatever. And people fell in love with Uzi. I think people love Youngboy,
that
but he not capitalizing on it.
that's why I be confused. Like, I'm seeing the label putting him everywhere. Like, like, are you talking about billboards? Like, do you think if they put his face on billboards, I mean, oh, I need to buy that album? Because like I said, I could be naive because I ain't really too much into the younger acts that people love. Like, let's say a Playboy Cardi. What does Playboy Cardi do that is so much support? So what y'all gotta tell me, because I don't see that either for any of them really.
And I mean, let me once again, you gotta look at that as a reflection of Youngboy. He don't make music that could be put on fucking billboards. Fuck actual real billboards. Would you put a Youngboy song on the NBA game? Would you put a Youngboy like an actual NBA game? Would they gonna play his shit while family is listening to this broadcast, like going to commercial? You think the NFL gonna play his shit cut into commercial? Do you think a video game can actually want to put his shit on there and they could jam his shit? No, you're gonna have to bleep out every goddamn thing. He don't even make digestible music to be marketed mainstream, and that's a problem. I ain't saying they got to be all his music, but he's one sided or one track when it comes to how he make music. One dimensional. There you go, and that's reflective of it, bro. Like you cannot deny that. You want him to be on billboards.
When you say one dimensional, do you mean like because I mean we made a note that he makes like the melodic and he does like I would say drill, but like the that type of music.
So his high pitched shit he can't put on because it's so the element of it is just not gonna be put onto some family shit, right? The slow shit is just not entertaining to be a hit. Like it's good music, but who would play that on the NBA? Like why would they play that before going to a commercial? Like
you put a lot of stock in that because you mentioned that like 4 or 5 times already. I never even think about that when I consider music. I never think about who's on TV, who's doing. I don't even think about shit like that.
Whenever an artist drop, like when Kendrick, J. Cole, or whatever, whenever they drop an album and there's a playoff game, their music always is featured in the playoff game. Or in the playoffs. Same with Kendrick. It happened this last year. They ain't do it a lot because the shit was mid, but damn, they did that. Drake, when his shit dropped, they do that. They feature them a lot. You hear it. Like, there's a part of, like, I love that shit because it's obviously black people shit, and I connect to the music. But they do that a lot. And it represent, like, do mainstream people play your shit or think it's marketable? Like, I think it's a big thing. That showed the superstar level. That showed another level to me.
Imagine putting different data on a billboard. Eventually, motherfuckers going to say, "Who the fuck is this different motherfucker?" I mean,
you know how many billboards
if I had the second highest stream podcast in the world right now, I wouldn't even have to do that. There'd be no question who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you like y'all put not even y'all, but this is because Trail's like seeing a nigga on a billboard and like. I'm gonna go listen, and that's gonna. How much traffic do you think that genuinely drives to somebody's music? Like realistically, I don't think that much. So I think that's like I said, it's just one of those things. Like, oh, he needs billboards. Like he needs billboards, and then even like he doesn't get any media attention because there's too much negativity around his name. I feel like when you say media, like. These are things I'm trying to figure out. When I see media attention, are you talking about interviews or are you talking about him being talked about? Because in the era of like I said, that old shit, like I said, we're gonna talk about the Breakfast Club shit in a minute. That's like old media. People ain't really attached to that too much no more. Everybody who's considered new media, academics, no jumper, the people that get paid to promote niggas, they talk about this guy. So I don't know even where the media attention thing comes from. His fans, every rapper complains about seeing YB better all over their comments. It's everywhere. Ratio, YB, like the promotion is all right there. He's talked about more than anybody. But for some reason, this, like I said, is he a meme? Is he just a cool thing to talk about? And they don't really fuck with his music? And then he dropped 30 songs. So it's like, I just don't, like I said, and the album doesn't sound bad. So when I was talking about this, don't think I'm talking about his music being bad. I'm just trying to figure out why the sales don't connect with the music. I mean, I did say I don't think it's like the greatest music, but for what people act like he is, for what the numbers we see,
there's no hits.
Why do we not see at least 200?
You need hits. No, if Drake didn't have single hits on his songs and his albums, I could see it easily 200K being capped off of his albums. Like I could see 100K being took off his album sales. If he didn't have the Hotline Blings, if he didn't have the Just Hold On, We're Going Home, if he didn't have the radio hits, I could see in his music not selling as much.
Yeah. That's like
I could see that.
That's undeniable. But that's a factor in being in a certain status. That's why people push they hit records. That's why they try to get this thing. Now, if you just tell me he don't give a fuck about none of that, he don't give a fuck about being one of the top guys, he just here to make music and make money and go home and do whatever, then fine. And it's not, I don't even really argue against him. I argue against fans that prop him up as a certain thing. So I'm just trying to figure out where that disconnect is. If I argue with a Kendrick fan, they got some data analytics and shit they could go back and forth with me on. We talk about numbers and skill, so we can kind of go back and forth. Who's the best? Who's this? There's niggas that make good music that don't make no sales, but you ain't gonna bring them into certain conversations.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel
So
like it's cute, but it showed limitations to me. Even when I listen to his music, like he's creative, but he don't got no 40s. He ain't trying to be no Kanye in the studio. He just go in there and he stick to what he know. He rap about what he rap about, but there's not too much of a creative process when it comes to making his type of music. That's what's clear to me. And I'm not saying his style of music is incapable of making good music, but you could just tell. You could just tell that he not focused on that type of
he just
artist.
mailing it in essentially. Now people will
I don't
say
think
this is
I
his
wouldn't
last
even.
album on Atlantic, so maybe he don't give a fuck about the album. Maybe he's like, I'm getting off the label.
That's an
Here it is.
excuse.
Here's 30 records. I'm done.
I don't think he melded it in. I just don't think he has that creativity in him. Some dudes just be a rapper, but I also think he's yeah melding it in the lazy because I think even the Meek Mill when I talk about Meek Mill makes some good ass slow songs too. But I feel like it was somebody that I said I feel like they can rap good, but then they put certain producers around them to make them come out better. And I feel
Mhm.
like he don't do that. You got to go find that dude that's gonna bring out your style and really make you a consistent sound that's like great to your fans, but also digestible to the mainstream. But it's a lot of shit where he got just like a lot of loud shit. Like people talk about, hey, Meek Mill and his sound. This nigga got a lot of screaming shit in his shit that's just like, god damn, like, and it's not even on a artistic level. It just sounds like some aggressive shit that it's hood, but it ain't really. I think even King Von did it better than how he do it when it comes to like a smooth kind of yelling type shit. Like I'm yelling, but it still like sonically sounds decent.
Yeah.
Like so, I think when you think about it, obviously it makes sense. A nigga in the hood that been rapping in the street beats not thinking about the fucking tones of how a music fucking sounds. So I get it, but I feel like if you really care about your music, you're gonna put people in a room that do care.
Yeah.
And I don't think he do that either. I guess you could call it melanin in.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's pretty much essentially like the
I'm
whole.
rolling up as I speak, little bitch.
I
Y'all
guess you
got
say
something to say.
that's the gist of it. It's just like um, the numbers because even this is the thing too. Y'all said he don't got no promo. He don't do this. He'll do that. But the last album he did, what's it called, Lil Top? Y'all was like, I'm not saying when I say y'all, I'm not saying y'all. I'm talking people I talk to, people I say on social media. Y'all would be like, he did 150. He was in prison. No promo. That okay? What the fuck's the difference? No promo. What's the difference?
How much he sold on
So
that album?
I think he did like 150, 160.
No promo 160. I wouldn't be mad at that for an in jail
Or maybe
album.
Trey like, well, he had a couple billboards in Times Square. You think billboards gonna bump you up 50, 60,000? Like, come on, stop it.
What she said? Negative. Let's read some
Negativity
of
and
the
depression.
comments.
I like him, but I can't listen to him that long. Agree with Bryce. I just think he's young and comfortable.
Yeah, I think, but I like. Yeah, I can't listen to negativity and depression for so long, but it's Eminem. That's Eminem bag, and you see how much he able to sell. Like, so it ain't like that don't sell. That's my thing. Like, I agree with you. I'm on that same wave. I can't listen to that too long, especially in this era. I used to like that a little more when I was younger, but yeah, I
But I mean,
still think it can
niggas want to
sell.
hear negativity and depression from the other niggas that can like sing melodies all day. Like I said, I'm not trying to generalize, but I'm just saying people of this ilk, the Playboy Cardis, maybe like the Uzis, the Juice World, like they want to hear from niggas like XX Tentacion. You know what I'm saying? That they want to hear from them.
I think even Youngboy could do it if he had somebody that could curate his sound a little better.
I mean, He told me he got the best paid music. So I mean, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't even care about like, oh, he make pain music. I'm not in pain.
I like his slow shit. His slow shit wasn't bad. I get what people saying, but he don't make the best. That's a stretch. Well,
You know,
let's read some more
can he
comments.
can he change? I mean, anything can happen. Like you know what I'm saying.
T
Like
Davis.
I would like to him to I would like for him to get a this promo everybody speaks of that he don't get. This blackballing that he don't get. And you can even look at all like everything about every like I said, there's a difference from records his fan like in actual like mainstream hit records. Most of his records that are hits that have come out lately or have been him featured with other, artists, whether it be the shit he did with Tyler Creator, the best he should and Bryce didn't even think that's a hit, but I think it was like a semi hit. The shit he did with the baby. He had another one with the baby. He got the one, obviously the big one with Juice World. The needed shit with the Migos. Even though he outshined the Migos in my opinion on that. Well, not I don't say outshine, but he was probably the more the focal point of that song. But it seems like when he's with other people, he does a lot better, and
Now I
the
think
hits go further.
he won that Migos one because I mean that was his style. Like they they
Yeah.
they came to his style. But what I'll say, I think people that bring up that argument about the mainstream buzz and not having enough push behind them, I think they don't understand how the industry move. The industry, like the reason why 6ix9ine was able to get interviews and all this shit is because of how many views he'll get just off him being on the interviews, how entertaining he is. The reason why people love to interview Kodak or will want to interview Drake is because the numbers they're gonna pull in, and how big they are. Like, of course, his young boy is big. I'm not gonna sit up here and argue that, but when it comes to like, do those numbers translate? No, because you can already see it in his album. So, what do you feel about when he go on interviews? You think those translate? Probably not.
I
So,
think I think I think they
I mean,
would.
just
I think they would get numbers, but I think he would have to show more personality in the interviews.
essentially,
If he showed
but
personality, then I think
they
they would do good.
they gonna do numbers because people love him, but they're not gonna do numbers because it's trending because of shit that's done in the interview. That's what I'm saying. Like, the numbers did big because Takashi and where he was at in his life, but also how he was talking his shit, how he was entertaining
Yeah.
as a person. And I feel like that's how the industry is. When the radio just not gonna put your shit on unless they know it's gonna be some shit they gonna get money from. People not gonna talk about you unless they know that they get direct um
Benefit from talking about you, having you on, discussing you, things of that nature.
and of course, like academics can talk about you and stuff like that, and those people can. But I'm saying on a big level, I don't think he don't do that, and I don't think it's because he's getting blackballed. I just think people just don't like think he's entertaining. Like Joe Budden, when he wanted, you know how we talk about how Joe Budden talk about not wanting to interview certain people because he just know they're gonna have boring answers and shit like that. I would
Yeah,
believe Youngboy would be on that list.
yeah.
Like who? Like what really reason would you want to interview besides him being NBA YoungBoy? Like the name, but like actually wanting to talk to him and see what he gonna like have a great interview. I don't think so, bro. Him showing some personality, I don't think so, bro. Him giving like some deep answers, I don't think so, bro. Like, so that's a big part of it, bro.
And that's the thing too. Like, I think one, he don't do interviews probably because he don't want to do interviews. But even like, I just keep going back to that blackball shit. Like, young boy could probably approach any interview platform and they will interview him because they, like you said, it's gonna give them some type of notoriety. Like, anybody, why wouldn't they interview him? Because he got beef with Lil Durk. Why the fuck would an interview give a fuck about beef with Lil Durk?
When have they ever pick sides like that? Interviewers, maybe rappers.
You know, but I digress.
If this is me just saying, if he was on every hot feature, if you couldn't go nowhere without hearing NBA YoungBoy, bro, people be begging that nigga to be on that shit. Cause the fact that his brand and they brand is on there, I'm getting fucking views. And it's still like that because it's YoungBoy, he famous. It's gonna always be like that when you're famous. But
Yeah,
when you talk about being the second most stream, if he was really hot like that, bro, stop it. Everybody will want to put that shit on his playlist because nigga, you don't if he was streaming like Drake and had his numbers as musically, you think they gonna miss out on tens of thousands of streams?
yeah. Because let's
Just
be honest, like
that's bread.
if the industry's picking sides, like they're like Lil Durk or like you would assume by fan base, pumping more money NBA Youngboy would only get you more money. And also, when have labels ever really been accountable for this beef, that beef? Oh shit, he don't like them. Oh, we can't do this because of that. Like, when have they ever give a fuck about that?
Can he change? Um, I mean, everybody can get media trained. Everybody can grow some personality, but I don't. I relate it back to 21 Savage. Some niggas just ain't it. Some niggas just ain't it. Cause Gucci was born with that character. When I from the jump, he was born talking shit, born being entertaining. I think Lil Wayne, all these dudes, bro, like they had some level of entertaining or like charisma to them beyond just being a rapper and a gangster. So I don't know. I don't know. Wayne skateboarded. He had that whole white side like loving him just because of like rocking. Like Wayne showed different elements of trying to grow and change. Other niggas have done movies, all type of shit. We see how 50 Cent. We see how dynamic 50 Cent
I
is,
will
bro.
say this. I say this. I'm trying to be fair. Let's let him get off of house arrest. Let's let him put the trials behind them. Let's see what happens after that. Now, after that, he ain't got no more legal woes. He ain't got no more restrictions, no more whatever. Then I'll probably be able to get a maybe. I concede to that. Maybe I'll get a better gauge of what he does,
No,
how he can move, and what he does moving forward.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna respond to that different. But Trail, no, I'm talking about. He was on like a little barbershop interview, and he was just talking. They were just talking about what it take to be special or something like that. And he was just saying some people ain't got it in them. But to answer what you said, I don't think he has it in them. Little baby out here having little mini Mexican carnivals, like a little carnival we be seeing in the parking lots and shit.
Yeah.
He doing shit that's gonna touch the hearts of people, bro. And he keeps doing that. He keeps touching the culture,
Well, shit, he
bro.
running from the Rico. That's why.
Regardless, he been doing shit to touch the culture. Even when he made that black and white song, like he do shit that the culture gonna remember. He do shit that's gonna last. And then his music great. Like people are starting to love Little Baby just as a person. Like, and I think it's on a mainstream level, not on no like he's just this great rapper, nigga, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
obviously you famous, niggas like you. Like that's it's levels to this shit though.
Yeah.
So obviously, what's the name's like, but I'm talking about to a level where people like mama gonna be knowing who Lil Baby is because of how he's moving, bro. He's about to be that big, and I don't think Youngboy is calculated and is passionate about his legacy and his brand as someone like Lil Baby is, bro. Lil Baby looks motivated when he makes these moves, bro. Like to me, Lil Baby look like on a superstar trajectory
See, I think
just
see
off that
because
alone.
like I'm shooting Young Boy Bell, but like also like I said, I don't know if Young Boy is like pushing away from this type of shit, but Young Boy also doesn't have a QC
What's that?
behind him doing all setting up plays, great marketing team. Like he don't have that. So
Who
like
fault is that?
I'm trying
Who
to shoot
fault
that
is
against
that
the
though?
Bell in comparison to Lil Baby.
Who fault is that though? Lil Baby taking shit
That's what,
seriously.
it's probably his fault. He could probably get that because who wouldn't want to work with him? So I mean, yeah, you can bring it back to hey, it's your fault because you could have this. Any indie label would probably give this to you and more. So I mean, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I just think how when people be like, this nigga Drake calculative, bro. That's why people make it. They don't be, oh, he's great rapper, but I ain't fucking with Drake. You see what this nigga did? This nigga make songs about the nigga. He bought a hotel room above the nigga and shit. Like he do all type of shit. He got it. He talked to the nigga from Philadelphia and shit. Like niggas do all type of shit that's calculated. What else the nigga did? Didn't he make like a day in this nigga city or some shit? I don't know. Drake just be doing calculated shit, and it's be like, who is on this nigga team? But it's reflective of him. Same with Kanye. When you be like, how great his music is, people obviously think it's all product of him, but it's a product of him plus the people that he put around him. And I think Lil Baby's on that trajectory because every move I see from him is just look like a golden touch, bro. Like honestly, he look like Midas touch, bro. Every song is good. Even niggas shitting on his last song, I like the attempt. I like the fact that he on everything. That's all that matter. Like the fact that Lil Wayne is every feature he on the most memorable thing. No, was every Drake feature he was on memorable? No, but the niggas touch everything because that's how you get big, and that's why I'm fucking with Lil Baby, and even some other dudes at this point more than I see Youngboy, bro. I think Youngboy gonna fall off if we was to have like a if I was to hedge my bets, do I pick Youngboy or do I pick somebody like Lil Baby, Kodak? I think it's unfair to put Lil Durk because he been in the industry too long, but them only two. Do you got any other people? Money bags, would you?
Nah, I ain't got nobody.
But
That I
I
can
don't
think
know.
of.
You think he could keep up with them? You think he could keep up with Lil Baby and Kodak? Because Kodak always trending as well. Like,
I mean, not personality wise, no. Not personality wise. But thought we got a good chunk of that. I thought we got that about 30 minutes out of that one. So let's get to the Breakfast Club. So Breakfast Club, according to Angela Yee, well, she said it's good. The Breakfast Club, as we know it, is officially over. Now that could mean many different things. Maybe they on a new station. Maybe they not doing. I don't know. But it looks like you know it's over with from what we're speculating, from what we've seen over the past couple months. Do they give a fuck about it anymore? Are people engaged into the Breakfast Club? When I first saw that shit, I was just like, I ain't never gonna get my Breakfast Club interview, man. That's all I can think of. You wouldn't want to. What?
I said, oh.
Nigga, who get this? My thing. Getting a Breakfast Club interview is like when niggas be like, "Oh, Jay-Z, get me a rock chain." Like, nigga, fuck all that. The Breakfast Club interview is like that's like, to me. That's like you made it when you get a Breakfast Club interview, in my opinion.
I don't disagree. I don't see why. I get why you think that. It's not like I disagree with you. I just feel like there's gonna be another one that's gonna be like, nigga, if you get on there,
But
like,
not because I'm older now. Like I grew. There's no new rapper that to me. Like I said, maybe maybe I always thought it was
DJ
like an old.
Vlad.
I don't give a fuck about getting a Vlad interview. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I don't give a fuck about that. Like no jumper. Like I don't give a, like I would do it, but it
What
don't have the same
about
me. Like
what about
nobody else. No
what's the
Sway,
boys
no Big Boy, nobody else. Like I would do them,
with
but it's not
Carlos
like
and the DC on Fly?
85. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't even watch that shit.
You don't be watching them on the couch when they be having their podcast?
No, I don't watch that shit.
That's
Like I
like
say, ain't no disrespect. I just don't watch that shit. This is, this is the shit. This is shit that made me want to do type broadcast type shit. This is shit that I
Joe
look at
Rogan?
as I would, like I said, I would do it, but I'm like, oh my god, like that's my Rogan. Whatever little white comedians they like, oh my god, I'm on Rogan. That's how I feel. Like, oh shit, I'm on the Breakfast Club. That's how I would feel. Nobody else is even like in that realm of
I
like
feel like that
legendary
about
status.
I feel like that way about most of the platforms I named. I ain't gonna lie.
Like
Oh
what?
shit,
Like
I'm on the Joe Budden show. Oh shit, I'm on the oh,
yeah.
of course I'm on the Joe Rogan show, nigga. Oh shit, I'm on DJ Vlad, nigga, all this shit,
Like I
nigga.
said, it's
Oh shit,
cool,
I'm
but it's
on
like
Sway, nigga.
nigga,
What?
you on Sway is like nigga. I'm not about to freestyle.
In the
I don't give a
morning, in
fuck.
the morning, in the morning.
I'm not about to freestyle. I don't give a fuck about that. Come, oh, I'm on Hot 97. Like, come, like, bro, it's the Breakfast
97.9 the
Club.
box, nigga.
Nigga,
What?
they ain't even got the same niggas on there no more. But I think like Lydia saying, Duval said, people evolve, whatever. I mean, you can see the proof in the pudding. Ever since that Gucci Man shit happened, it looked like a little bit more tension was there. I feel like a lot. I feel like honestly too, the pandemic probably sped that shit up. They realized like they won't even really got to be together to make moves, make money. Do we really care about this as much? We ain't doing as many interviews. Like the Bachelor putting like two interviews at one point. There's been like two interviews every day. Now it's kind of like maybe they'll do like a couple a week here and there.
Okay, that's why I wasn't seeing them. Then they slowed
They used to
down.
flood the market with interviews. They used to be like two a day. Boom, boom, we
I
here,
knew I
there,
wasn't
there.
tripping, bro.
They don't put out as many as they used to.
Yeah, I was like, bro, to me, I felt like they had been fell off because I hadn't been seeing it. But I feel like that's what we're gonna talk about Joe Budden versus Charlamagne. They used to have that beef on which one was gonna end first, and Joe won that. Like he gonna win it by.
Well, I don't think you can win that if we've been around for 8 years before you even came out.
I understand that, but even from the bet of who legacy is bigger, that's a different conversation. But they was arguing. They was like, "Nah, your shit gonna end before ours."
Well, Joe Budden shit did end before theirs.
If you want to look at it like that,
He was talking about that collective of people.
Oh, okay. I ain't know
Not
that.
just like because you could just do a show forever if you want to, but like this collective versus our collective, y'all said we gonna end. I think y'all gonna end, and then them niggas ended.
Okay.
But
Joe was also right. I'm giving Joe Budden his goddamn credit.
Here you go. Give his credit about what?
Nah, he said they're gonna end. You said it too. A bunch of people were saying it. They're like, nah, we here forever.
Well, I wouldn't expect them niggas to be around for like 20, 30 years. Like most morning shows don't even last that long that they've been together and been that prolific for that long.
For real? White people either?
No, they
It's
do.
not like
I'm talking about hip hop shows. Like, I mean, maybe the only one I know is 979 The Box. I feel like them niggas been on since I was a little baby, and they just ended like a couple years ago. But he picked up the niggas. That's a new show. I mean, yeah, I just don't. I'm just curious, like to see This I feel like this is like the moment like like I said when Kevin Samuels died. Like who is gonna step up to kind of fill that void, fill that role of what they are. Now I feel like there's a lot of people who do interviews, but there's got to be somebody like who now is gonna be the place to go to get interviewed.
It's gonna be some YouTube version.
And you can say that the Breakfast Club hasn't been there for a couple years. I wouldn't even dispute that. But I would say I don't think nobody's just solidified themselves over the rest of the competition is what I mean. Because at one point the Breakfast Club was like the stranglehold, they are this,
The
come
go to.
here. As far as when it comes to because like I said, YouTube is making a whole new multiverse. But as far as radio, you had Big Boy Sway, 97, whatever, Hot 97, this place, that place, Breakfast Club, Boxing Wings out, undisputed. This place go.
Unfortunately,
Who's gonna be the new YouTube? Who's gonna be the YouTube niggas that are
um,
the
um,
guys?
unfortunately, we have give to a white dude right now. It's Vlad, bro. When it comes to the interviews that's trending and constantly talking, it's hard to be Vlad in that conversation. He was already competing with them when it come to trending conversation. Whenever you watch a Breakfast Club, you got a DJ Vlad suggestion right under it. Like that's how when they was both in that era, and he not as big as he was when even when they was popping a few years ago. But I still think that DJ doing a DJ Vlad interview, I don't know for hip hop. That's that. I don't know. Maybe academics may find a way to do it, but right now I don't see.
I
Let's
would say right now, if we talk about YouTube, I don't want to say most impactful, but places people want to go. And I'm talking about newer acts, not like old niggas that want to talk about new topics like a Boosie or whatever.
Drink Champs.
Drink Champs
Maybe
is there. I would say more $1 million
they've been
worth
getting
of game.
big.
I would say $1 million worth of game. That's what I would say. As far as the new, you
They
know what I'm
getting up
saying,
there.
podcast, I would say them. And I
Drink
guess
Champs
Drink.
been
I don't really watch Drink Champs as much. I think the last one I watched was like the Kanye one.
they've
But
been trending more though. They get talked about a lot more than the But the other dudes, what you just said before,
$1 million worth of game.
they begin to talked about a lot. But I think Drink Champs is trending a little bit more as far as like the organic field of how like it's multiple people in the room. It gives me a Pat McAfee kind of vibe when they start clapping and shit, how they all be in sync and shit. And I don't know. I think and it's not radio, but it gives more of that kind of vibe than just those two in the interview.
I'm not a big Drink Champs guy. I'm not gonna
Me,
lie.
I don't watch it either. I don't watch it either. I'm just
I'm
talking
not a
about
big
our
Drink
trending
Champs
alone.
guy.
If I was to pick which one I think would be bigger, because that's the only reason I'm bringing up Vlad. It's not like I'm gravitating to go watch Vlad shit. I'm just talking about trending. Who I think if you want to be you
He
want
is
to get
doing
some type
good.
of clout,
Math Hoffa's
that's who you
doing
go
good.
to. Who?
That's the guy with the barber. When you said 21 Savage at the barbershop, Matt Hoffa, he's doing a good job. He's doing good. I don't. I still don't see. I don't know. Like to
They
be like
all
the
working their
breakfast.
way up.
It's like I mean, I guess they could eventually get there. To be like this is the spot to go. Like I have like at one point you had to go, like I gotta go here. And when I go here, like I could like I said, I would compare the best to like a Rogan. Like they're on they're talking about that type of level. Like you hear everybody who say like you hear people who say like, bro, I came to the Breakfast Club, it started me a new career. I came on Rogan, it started me a new this. I sold 1 million more books. I sold 1 million like that's about that type
Vlad
of
got
show.
that. Vlad, the only one that got that power.
I
He
don't
made
you can say
what?
Vlad, like Vlad, maybe old niggas, not like just vast majority of people. I don't think so.
But young
Like
people go in there
his
too.
viral shit is Young Jock said something or Boosie said something,
He be
but it ain't
having young
like
people on there like
but
he
them
be
niggas
having
don't go
he
really
be
viral like that.
but he got everybody on there, like everybody trying to get everybody a love of Vlad interview. I don't know, and I don't know, bro. I don't see nobody bigger than him right now. Rapping for rap and interviews. Now you talking about
Yeah, I
okay,
don't
my
know
bad,
about
bro. I hear
that.
you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. You talking about the dynamic. You talking about having Angela Lee be her the question, be kind of funny, be dingy. Charlemagne being goaded, being funny. What's the name being light skinned? Who could do that dynamic along with bringing in all type of interviews?
Yeah.
I understand that.
I think it can only really be at this point when I'm looking at the numbers, as far as like I said, DJ Clapvad cut up a lot of clips, throw them out. Great business model, probably make millions of dollars. But just like, hey, I dropped this full length interview, we got millions of views. $1 million worth of game got a couple $1 million, not $1 million. We got a couple million view episodes. Drink Champs that just dropped the one we just spoke about with Murder Inc. They got 1.8 million views. They did one with Patti LaBelle. That shit got 848,000 views. They did one with they solo interviews getting a lot of views. So you could possibly say that Drink Champs is the next one, but I would say either Drink Champs or um who did I say? $1,000,000 worth of game.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep bringing up white people. What's that one dude that's white with the tattoos?
No Jumper. I don't think I don't think
You don't think so? I don't think so
nah. I
either.
mean he it's just,
I don't think so either.
yeah.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you with Vlad. I'm just saying off of if I was as a rapper or an up and coming artist or celebrity, oh, they'd be itching to get on somebody like a Vlad TV. And that's all I'm saying.
That's like I said. I said when rappers was looking up, they was like, "Bro, I want to get that rock chain." As a media person, I think that Breps community was like that was like the thing. Like, yeah, I can go to all these other niggas, no jump, no disrespect either, because like I would do them.
Well,
Oh, my Vlad, or oh my, but like,
can
bro,
I
I'm
ask
on,
you
like I said,
this?
for white people, I'm on Rogan. It's like, oh shit.
Can I ask
But
you this?
yeah.
Besides Rogan, is it the fact that they not any of them not syndicated? Because that's got to be a reason they were so big too.
But I was
Well,
saying,
like, well, my bad. I said that wrong. The reason they were so able to attract so many different types of people of like good ilk, because they'll have rappers that blew up, but then they can have like a fucking pope or some shit in there as well.
yeah.
Like, so I believe it's because it was a black syndicated show that they was able to draw such a certain level of like demographics. Like, it was a wide span
Like,
of
bro, they
people that could
had
do.
politicians on it. How they had? I mean, like you like them or not, Hillary Clinton or whatever. Like they have these big
Yeah.
like mainstream moments. Like
And I don't think any of those people can consistently attract that. So I get what you're saying.
I just don't.
But
It may
do you
never be
think that's because that's
duplicated or it may never just be duplicated or replicated. It might just never be done again
nah, it
on that
won't.
type of level.
It won't not anytime soon. Cause you gotta think about the growth they put in, the work they put in, like that was a dynamic mix. Not too many radio shows hitting like that, bro. Like the dynamic of people, like you just want to listen to them on the radio. You don't even care. They weren't even playing music. Nobody listened to them for music.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, if you're in New York, or then when they came to
you gonna hear
Houston
the
and shit,
music. Yeah,
but we watched them for the interviews. I don't think no group of people, as far as radio personalities, because you gotta think to be on radio, like, yeah, you gotta be entertaining. But even when I mentioned like Ali Sadiq being on 102.1, he a comic. So him being on there is like refreshing at like the lines he'll push. Most of these public radio people, they're not gonna push no lines. They be kind of like dry. They got the same kind of interview
well, I don't think no
tactics.
radio person is gonna do that.
So,
Because
but
I'm past the radio. I'm on like YouTube podcasts. It's like that medium is essentially dead.
but
The
how
next one
could
is
you?
gonna the next one is gonna be from a podcaster, a YouTuber, or this or that.
So do you think Joe Rogan people that he attract like on his show is the same like level of like the Breakfast Club?
Um,
I feel like the Breakfast Club had a better demographic,
I feel like they could
more
probably
famous people
more famous.
consistently.
I mean, I guess more famous in what vein, I guess. Because think about Rogan. The thing about Rogan is that they can't do is Rogan can bring on a random ass scientist and get 20 million views, 10 million
That's
views.
true.
So like that's like they can't bring on a scientist and get 20 million views, but he can just
So,
bring on anybody. So he's like a different type of draw.
so do you feel like both either or is fine? Like you looking for anybody to kind of fill that void in black hip hop, either the Joe Rogan or Breakfast Club, long as they like got a bunch of different type of people. That's what you're looking for, right?
It don't gotta be, but it's just like this is the place to go. Like this place, like there's obviously a bunch of other places, but this place stands on the shoulders of everybody else. Like this is whatever the fuck the phrase is, head in between or whatever the fuck above everybody else. Now you can go to everybody else. Everybody else got a great show, but like you have to go here. And I just don't know if
That's a good one, bro. They have to become big as fuck, bro. But no, you ain't gotta be big. You just gotta be bro. I don't know, bro. I don't see nobody doing that. Because you gotta be big and like great entertainers along with good interviewers.
like I said, Gilly and them got some interviews that got millions of views. Dream Champs got some shit that got millions of views. But when you think about those like if the Breakfast Club was to do like a montage of, hey, we're done 12 years, imagine all the moments you're gonna see in that 12-year run that was just like that just live on
It'll be
forever.
crazy. It'll be crazy. It'll be crazy.
Now maybe I'm dick riding because, like I said, the Breakfast Club to me is
Nah,
like the upper echelon. Like when I see it, when you hear niggas to rap talk about Jay-Z, oh my god, that's how I feel about the Breakfast Club.
when you put them in them moments, bro, all the great moments you got from that, nah, it's too hard to beat. I ain't gonna lie. When you put it like that, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Salute
Big
Cheese in the building.
cheese. I get what you're saying. Nah, that's tough. I don't see nobody beating that or doing like that anytime soon. Just because it's like,
Like I feel like
bro, they
there's always people who are just like I said, head and shoulders above the competition at the time. We just go into regular radio. Like you could say when Howard Stern dies, who's gonna be the next Howard Stern? Probably nobody. Not that I can think of. I don't know. A solo guy who does whatever with the conservatives. When Rush Limbaugh died, who's the next Rush Limbaugh? Who knows if there's gonna be another nigga that can get 20 million viewers per week, captivate the audience for the next 30 years. Maybe you say Alex Jones, maybe say Ben Shapiro, but they might be in that lane, but they probably never be as big as he was. There's gonna be people, like I said, $1 million worth of game is there. Drink champs, they're there. But will they ever, be that staple in the game for a long period of time? Who
I
knows?
don't, I don't see it happening no time soon. We're gonna have to do it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause ain't nobody gonna be entertaining.
We gonna do it like we gonna do it.
Ain't nobody gonna be entertaining and asking the right
Maybe fresh and
questions,
fit.
bro.
Look,
Nah, bro, they too polarizing. You got to like,
Breakfast Club was polarizing at one point with Charlamagne. And obviously he turned it down a little bit, but
but in the sense of like,
because two people are celebrating. Thank God they're off the air. They were bad for the black community.
oh yeah, you can always get that. But he was polarizing to a sense of he made people laugh. He was like the court jester. He wasn't like he ain't mean no harm, but like people think like they dangerous. Like
Yeah.
damn, people think he joking shit like that, but not everybody think like that.
I wonder if
Everybody
it's just
think fresh and
like
fit like
like
that.
I'm definitely like this. And I don't even listen to the radio like that, but I will be tuned in tomorrow morning to see if they even talk about this shit. Because maybe it's just Angela Yee leaving. Maybe it's just like you leaving. We're gonna bring in somebody else. I don't know how the dynamics gonna work, but a lot of people seem keen to be like, you can replace her and just plug in something. Obviously, if Charlemagne goes, the whole mystique is essentially gone. Like it's like whatever. But I do
I
feel like
agree.
they not to discredit her. Them as a trio is like it's a magical thing. Just like we can say Joe Budden ruined, like, as far as podcasting goes at the time, he ruined the greatest trio of podcasts that we've seen in a long time. Well, he ruined it. Whoever you think ruined it, they ruined it. They had a thing going and it ended.
As long as you keep Charlemagne and what's DJ Envy, I think you're good. You gotta keep both of them though.
Because you also
Yeah.
need Charlemagne. You also need, because I went to their YouTube. They're still like, they're not like dead in the water as far as views go. Like when they talk about subjects and topics, they get like 300, 400. I mean, obviously some get 100, some get 2. They're getting views though. But if you lose that aspect as well, it's like, okay, you're dead in the water.
Like you can like losing Angela Lee is tough because she had her own like brand and people like Angela Lee like for
Rumor
sure.
report, like what she's
Like,
gonna bring to the table, like
for sure, I'm not like discrediting that, but I think you can find another hot young girl similar to how ESPN got Rachel Nicholson off and put in that black girl. Like
yeah,
you can find the next hot young girl that black women gonna support
yeah,
and fill that role. But I don't think you can replace DJ Envy. I don't think you can replace Charlemagne, and it's not gonna be easy to replace Angela Lee. I don't think, but
yeah.
I think with Charlemagne still being there and with Envy being there, they can carry. I don't think if it was G and Charlemagne or Charlemagne, maybe I think even Envy and Yee make it work. You know,
Without Charlemagne,
yeah, it might not be as good, but I think
nah.
they can make it
No,
work.
they can still have a show. They'll probably still be on the air. But it definitely, without him, it is like no, like you can even tell people go to the Breakfast Club and they're now maybe he's sitting beside them, whatever. But like he's the focal point. I'm scared of you. Oh my God, I'm talking to you. Like they're talking to him. These niggas, Angela Yee and they're there, but
He the
I'm talking to
superstar.
you.
He the superstar.
So
What
it's like,
about what about Charlemagne and Yee? You think without Envy, you think they could do it?
maybe, probably. Let me see. You say they said subtle. Where they this on Instagram or something? They said something. Where you seeing this subtle thing at? I don't see shit from Charlemagne. I know you must be seeing somebody and seeing. But anyways, um, yeah, I mean that's essentially it. I saw that I was like, oh shit, that's the end of an era. I think that's a pretty big deal. Obviously, people talking shit, but you know that's just what's gonna happen every time. Every time you every time you're polarizing, people will you know pray on your downfall and celebrate when you're gone.
I think I should hop on the train with you. It will be missed. It will be missed. When you think about how things don't last, as your lifetime goes, that was one of them ones like that had a big impact. And the fact that that's not there, even though it's like in the background, the fact that it's not there, that shit gonna hit differently when you think about something like when flashbacks and shit start popping up. Like when 106 in Park died, at first it was like I wasn't really watching it, but as you got older, you was like, "Fuck, I miss
Damn,
106 in
106 was
Park."
gone. God damn.
What are interviews like? What
Yeah,
are the
like you
shit
gonna be
like?
like, damn, where the? And you might even be like, maybe not even necessarily like where the radio interviews, but like, where is this dynamic at? Because let's be honest, a lot of the interviewers we see, they're a little dick sucky. They're a little like, they're like, you're the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to the nitty gritty. What's the real like? You know what I'm saying? Ask the shit that need to be asked.
Joe Budden tried to do that, but I'm gonna be real. Joe Budden
I don't think Joe Budden's
personality,
the interview guy for me. He's great
he
at
don't know how to
talking.
he don't know how to cut the seriousness off. Like he be goofy at times, but like he don't know how to cut that seriousness off. He take himself too serious in interviews.
Yeah,
He started wearing like poetry hats and
yeah, like so,
like
like
shoes with
you
no
think like
socks and
you think
shit.
like a bitch with a cello gonna be on the side like while he's talking, and it's like, so when you were feeling that, like, all right, bro, come on, let's loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, he get
Like
unnatural.
let's relax. Like I said, we just need a studio. We just need to get here. We need to talk, and let's just keep it moving.
I get his attempt, but he tried to be professional with it instead of having that because they had great interviews, but they still had a free way about going through the interviews. Joe tried to make it almost like I'm fucking late
Now he
night.
Barbara Walters and shit.
Yeah, like fucking 60 Minutes or
60
some shit.
like,
Oprah, nigga,
so what
like
do you think? Like, hey, chill, nigga, lean back, sit back, and fucking relax.
even Oprah had fun when she brought people on stage. Like,
I get, but like I said, I guess when something ends, that's always the question because, like, okay, who's the new Oprah? I don't fucking know who is the new Oprah. I don't. Is there a new Oprah out there right now? I don't know. I feel like people just gotta, and also with a person like Oprah, it's got to be a longevity thing. We may not see them now. It's got to be somebody you see in a couple years, maybe.
I think he's nowhere near close to her, but and like the how big she made, like she did shit. But I think Steve Harvey just his show alone and how people like his shit trending a lot. I think he's up there, but
I
nowhere
can
near
say I
Oprah.
didn't even think about Wendy Williams. I think Wendy Williams had a very big show. She was daytime
Yeah,
TV for
yeah.
many years,
But
and I
it
can get that too.
wasn't.
Like how shit do be ending, shit do be ending. Like it ain't like a celebration. Like Ellen got to do her last show, and I love you guys the past 19 years. Wendy shit. Obviously, Wendy had health issues and all that type of shit like that. But it was like we're ending your show. We're gonna do this. We're like it's like all right, damn. She gonna come out for like a last episode. Like god damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and even then, both of them they don't do the interviews like they don't bring the people along like when it's like crucial moments in the
Yeah.
artists or celebrities' time. Like people used to go on Oprah and be vulnerable and shit.
Those were like promo runs. Those were like quick, come out for 20 minutes and then
There'll be
bounce
promo
out.
runs, apology tours, all that shit used to happen on Oprah shit.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't got that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, if you want people to go feel bad for you, you got to go convince Oprah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, when you gotta think about how big people are, like I feel like if Oprah was white or if we had a black dominated society, bro, she'd be on like fucking Mount Rushmore somewhere. When you consider about how big she was, like she's the first black billionaire, and that's like woman billionaire. And so like it's so nonchalant how
It's kind
people
of like a
talk about
trivial thing.
that.
It's just like,
Like
oh,
no one talks about it like
oh,
how impactful.
she owned her show in a time where niggas couldn't own their show. Whatever, like, gives a fuck. 'Cause I was watching Kevin Hart. You know, Kevin Hart do his little interviews and shit now, right? I
Mhm.
watched one he did with Tyler Perry. But dude, I like Tyler Perry too. I don't think people like Tyler Perry. I like Tyler Perry. Just for like the whole, like when you listen to him talk, You listen to Vision. You listen to all that shit. Like that shit's inspiring. That shit's inspirational. I like to be inspired when I hear people talk, see people do things. It's like he one of those guys. But he was just talking about Oprah and how he inspired her, or she inspired him, and how she owned her shit, and that made him want to like pursue the ownership route instead of giving shit up for free or whatever. You know, that's what That's what it is. So
Now, our shit historically been ending whack. From my wife and kids, like all our shit just be like, even like
you hungry,
newer
big dog?
shit. Yeah, no bullshit. I'm sorry. My bad,
Let me
y'all.
go hear that.
My bad, y'all. What's that? It was the Craft Country, Love Craft Country.
I don't know. Love. I don't know what that is.
It was a new black show that came out recently. Like when you black people try to get some shit going, it always get canceled for some reason. You don't know about Lovecraft Country?
No,
It had the dude that's gonna be Kang in it.
I probably heard it, but I ain't never seen it. Oprah had the
Uh,
best top 10 podcast. A Super Soul Sunday is the fucking truth. Damn, he got a gallon. It's like he's pouring a gallon of fuck. God damn, this thing over there having a final feast. Jesus Christ.
hey,
Bye, man. We
bro,
get off. We get off the
this is an
breakfast.
hour and 30, and they get parched in this whole
This
get a little
nigga like
nigga need a little snack in this one. I
you
was
got a
trying
whole
to.
meal. God damn. I'm the big nigga, not you. You get hungry every damn episode. Like you ate all day.
I ate.
I'm hungry.
I ate shit. Nigga start talking, nigga. That's energetic, nigga. Start burning calories just talking shit.
I guess. But what else we got? We got anything else? What else we got?
Nah, I feel like we got a few more things.
All right, let's see. Oh, you want to talk about the party shit in the rock?
I didn't even see what he said. I just seen it was a. I just seen it was a
He was
thing.
just like he was essentially just like you see what the rock said though, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
It was just like, our dogs have numbers. Tell your wife if she need to throw some seasoning on there for you. We good. Essentially like that. Like it was like he was kind of like, a little off put by that. And the only reason he's off put by that to me is because not say like I guess I would say you're a little bit threatened by a guy like The Rock saying something like that about your girl.
No.
That's how I think about it.
His girl is for the streets, and he knows it.
What do you consider for the streets?
Meg the Stallion.
But like, what does that mean?
Did you, nigga? Did you see how she got ran through the industry in like 6 months? She went from like Trey Songz to Tory to that G. What's the name? Kissing that nigga on the couch. Hey, come on, bro. Like,
Do we? I never get into the whole shit because I don't even know if they was really fucking these people or not. I just don't know.
man, she was tonguing this nigga. She let this
No,
nigga
I seen
kiss
the
him all on
G-Eazy
the
shit.
neck.
Yeah, G-Eazy, I've seen that. But like, I never just assume because a girl is with a guy that like, oh, he fucked her. Got to see plenty of niggas with plenty of girls they ain't never fucked before. So it's like
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
can
like, oh,
agree
she
with
a
that.
hoe. It's like, is she a hoe? I don't fucking
But
know.
they was mini dating. They be going. She was mini dating these niggas for a few days. You see
They
them
can't
on
go on a
Instagram
date, but they just took her to dinner.
for the streets.
See, I don't get this. We continue.
Bro, she's fucking these niggas. Stop the plot. Stop the count.
I don't know that.
I know it.
Okay, you know.
I know Hollywood. Why we
Okay,
gotta? Why we act like these niggas have the best morals? That girl for the
I'm not. I
streets.
just don't. I never subscribe because I just don't really know.
They all most of them be like that. They be
But
pass
I just don't.
arounds,
I don't know. Like when I
bro.
say
When
Brittany
you
Grant, when I say Brittany Renner, I only know from what she said. I don't know how many niggas she's actually fucked. That's just me. I just don't. I don't subscribe to. She's a girl in the industry. I know she's fucked a million niggas. I don't know that. That's just me. You can subscribe to. I think I'm pretty sure she. I just don't know that.
she wrote a book on how many niggas she fucked.
I said.
You
I
just
said. I
ain't read the
know.
book.
I just said I know who she fucked because she said it, but I don't subscribe to all these millions of niggas she fucked. I don't know about all that. The 7 she talked about, I know that for sure. The nigga she got a baby with, I know that for sure. I just thought she fucked a million. She might only fuck like 15 niggas, for all I know.
Sometimes when you got enough proof, you got to start to make implications, and you got to start guessing.
When it comes to sexually, I just don't do that. That's just me. I don't know.
Of a woman of Brittany, why is that? You shouldn't have brought her up as any type of
I just
argument.
don't.
Come on.
My thing is, I don't know how many niggas she fucked. I don't never.
I
She
don't
fucked
either,
how many
but
niggas? I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure it's a crazy amount.
What was truly only 15 niggas she fucked?
I
I mean,
doubt
maybe
it.
if you think that's crazy amount, maybe then it's a crazy amount.
I doubt it. And even then, she's probably fucking for money. So that 15 to me is a little, like it's not. We even if she not a ho, a gold digger, a stripper, it's different ways to be for the streets.
Like
Like
I would say, Tory, Partisan, obviously, and what's the nigga name? The Jeezy nigga
G-Eazy.
who's looking all over. I could probably say I'll let he's probably fucking. But just because she hanging out with Wiz and hanging out with Trey Songz, I'm like, oh, she fucked them niggas.
When she got character like, getting licked on like that and thinking it's cool.
That's what do you mean character? That's what you gonna take one anecdotal evidence that's your character for one time? That don't make sense.
She get humped on and act extra desperate on many pictures. We just seen her humping.
Humped on
and
by
getting
women and niggas. Who's hump? Like we gotta bring it into context. Like I don't even really
Can
want
I
this
finish?
This ain't even a conversation, but like
She just was humping Partisan Fontaine in the club,
it's
and
a
I said that was
boyfriend.
tacky. It's still tacky.
That's her nigga.
You asked one point, and I'm making my point.
But
You
that's not
said
a point. That's her nigga.
you asked. You said what makes
so
her
you
have
tell me
bad
if a girl
character.
grinding on her nigga, that means she probably grinding on every nigga?
It's not just one occurrence. She did it in public, then she did it in public with G-Eazy. So you not even listening to all my
That's
points.
two niggas.
In public, though, how much more occurrence do I need to see?
Those are niggas. You think she did two things with her
bad
niggas?
character. I just said bad character.
That don't make you a bad. You having fun.
On live? Oh, I don't do shit like that. You'll do shit like that? You'll let your daughter, you'll be comfortable with your daughter. Like, see, we like to be like, oh, let's get
There's
these people
other
this
niggas.
fucking
They can do what the
leeway.
fuck they want. I don't think she got bad character because she doing what the fuck she want to do. Just because I would want my kids to do something, I mean, when somebody else do it is bad character. That don't make sense. There's probably shit that you do that other niggas won't want their son to do.
Hold the fuck
So you think
on with
anything?
that shit,
So you're
bro.
saying anything that
Stop it.
no.
That's
You're saying
not the
any
point.
no.
I
So
get what you
anything
about
that
to
you
ask
do,
me.
anything that you do, you think there's niggas that think. So you smoke weed. There's plenty of niggas that think that's bad character. You have bad character because you smoke weed.
I can understand they make that point. I'm not gonna think they irrelevant for making that point. I'm not gonna think they delusional for making that point.
But I'm going off how I feel. I don't feel like that's bad character. So you can't tell me just because you feel that way. I mean, I gotta feel that way.
I can understand that, but would you do that personally?
Would I lick on somebody in public?
And record it live?
No.
From a nigga you just dating? No. Would you see your friend doing that shit? You'd be like, that shit a little weird. If your homeboy was live kissing his girl on live, would you say
I'd be like, he just doing his thing.
You wouldn't have no judgments.
I'm like, ooh, that nigga's nasty. No, that's you, nigga.
Man, okay.
I don't give a fuck what you doing.
I think her behavior's trash. Our society's so fucking lenient. I look like insane for saying some shit like that. But she be looking desperate. Insane,
but that's your opinion. She be
looking desperate, bro. Getting kissed on and shit, that look desperate. And recording it, that's desperation for fame and clout and whatever. Doing all that shit with Partisan.
It can't just be a drunken night, like an accidental. Cause we never seen it like that again, as far as the licking shit going on. And then people recording me having fun in the club. How can I be fucking? If a nigga recording you in the club, your girl twerking on you.
Sex in the club, bro.
If your girl was twerking on you in the club and I recorded, how is that on you?
Nigga, it's not they dancing. They were damn near fucking. You being very lenient with your terms. They wasn't just dancing.
She picked that nigga up and was
carrying her. The fucking stairs. Nigga,
that's her nigga. I don't know.
It's her nigga.
I think I'm more lax on whatever people do. I don't give a fuck what people do.
I understand that. And I'm saying to me, I still look at it as somebody with bad character, bro. If a girl acting like that in the club, I'm like, she wilding. If I seen a random girl doing all that in the club, I'm like, that girl wilding. Getting carried up the stairs, humping on a nigga like that, I'm like, that bitch is wilding. Now if I see Meg, I'm like, oh, she just chilling. No,
if I see a girl with just random niggas doing it, I'd be like, did she wild? But if it's like, oh, that's her boyfriend she been with, like they just doing their thing.
Oh yeah, I can understand that, but I still feel like that's too much. I think that's too much. And then when I think of somebody that got a brand, I think shit like that be too much.
Her brand is party. Drive the boat. Let's get wild. Let's get crazy.
I understand that.
That's her brand.
Party is cool because she been with her a little minute, but before that, she was with niggas back to back being seen with. And I already know how Hollywood move and how rappers move and how everybody in that industry move. They be fucking around. That's Nicki was used to be a victim of that too. Everybody said, man, fuck Nicki. Do we have 100% proof? No. But she was one of the ones getting passed around before she famous. Do I think niggas just lying on Nicki? No. No, I don't, bro.
The only nigga that said they fuck Nicki was Gucci.
It was some other niggas that said it.
I ain't never heard nobody but Gucci say that. I remember she was fucking with Safari for a long time. Obviously they said Drake and Wayne, but they never confirmed that shit to be true or not. Gucci was the only nigga that was on
I
that
might be.
tweet storm say I fuck Nicki Minaj. That's it. From what I remember, you could put in the chat. That's all I know.
Nah, it was before she was famous, but she was supposedly getting passed around. I don't remember who, because I don't remember. It was so long ago. But I'm just saying, I know this is not the only time I've heard this. A lot of these women be getting passed around. Only one that I probably that haven't was Beyonce and like a Rihanna. But even then, even with a Rihanna, she go around her the ringer a little bit. But she be having her dudes a little spaced out. But Meg had went from back to back. She was just famous for about 6 months, and she was seen by with 4-5 different dudes, bro. That shit looked tacky. Cardi B didn't even do no shit like that. Was just seen around a bunch
When
of
I saw
different niggas'
Meg,
arms.
I saw her with Wiz. They was like smoking weed or whatever the fuck they're doing, and they was in the gym. I seen that video. Trey Songz, they was in the club, so that could just be like we in the club. Like I don't know if that's like an indictment on being in the club with a nigga like Trey Songz. In the G-Eazy video, Tory Lanez and Partisan Fontaine.
But she only had been famous. Well, maybe just flown. But in my eyes, she was only famous for like 6 or 7 months, and it was with about 4-5 niggas. And the fact it wasn't just she jumping from famous niggas. That was my thing. Honestly, her behavior, I know she's for the streets, bro. I know we love to have these. Oh, these people got morals. They don't. She don't.
I'm not saying who
I'm
has
pretty sure
morals or
she's
not. I just
fucked even
don't.
more
I
niggas.
never assumed that like, oh, they just fucking all these. I just don't. I don't know. That's just not my shtick.
That's
Even like I
like
be
me
saying Kim
listening to
Kardashian,
a
niggas like
rapper.
Kim Kardashian fucked so many niggas. I'm like, who? Ray J, Nick Cannon said he fucked. The Game said he fucked. Kanye, the nigga she married, the 2 niggas she married. That's 6 niggas.
Them
Now, like I
bodies
said,
start to
I
add
can
up.
assume that she fucked a lot of niggas. I just don't know. I can't name all these niggas.
And those 4 niggas. So let's be. Those are
You
the
think
niggas
6
that
niggas
we
is a lot of
know.
niggas? Oh, Reggie Bush. I forgot Reggie Bush.
But those are the niggas we know. You think they not fucking know what else and they famous? Are you crazy? Like,
But you gotta think of
bro,
all them niggas I just named. All them niggas I named, like I said, I don't know pre-fame, but all the niggas I named, she was in like pretty much like long-term relationships with these niggas. Besides probably the Game and Nick Cannon, Reggie Bush, long-term. Other niggas she got married to, who Kanye, obviously Kanye's been like the last
I ain't
8,
gonna
9,
lie
10
to you.
years. Ray J, long-term.
Just how these male artists be fucking, they be
Oh,
fucking
and she's
too.
fucking Pete Davidson now. Okay, yeah, there's Pete Davidson too.
They be going on tour and be doing the fuck they want to do, bro. They be in open relationships. I don't just how Jada. I don't want to hear that shit. Most of them famous people, they be in brand deal relationships. They don't be together. Pete Davidson, i.e. Kim Kardashian, fucking brand deal. Pete needed a fucking boost in his career. Now she done with him. But in my mind, they be fucking all type of dudes. They be fucking industry dudes while they in relationships. That's why Kanye hate Drake so goddamn much. I don't want to hear that. Oh, they married. I don't take none of them niggas serious and none of they.
Oh, so you think Drake fucked Kim Kardashian?
Well, I'm just saying, there's assumptions, and I'm pretty sure Kanye thinks some other niggas fucked her. The Game making songs about I put my dick in her mouth. I'm being funny. I don't think that was real. I would hope not. But these people be ran around just like I'm not saying the male artists are not ran around. They be fucking with the same girls, and they be fucking with girls they probably shouldn't be
I
fucking
say this
with.
for the girls. At least the girls is fucking like, the niggas just be fucking anything. Like they be fucking like Selena Powell type bitches and like y'all fucking, at least they fucking Kanye's and fucking like people of some type of stature. At least they feel like there's these niggas be fucking anything. But
I don't think it's 100%, but I think it's a good majority. You gotta think most of them on drugs that everywhere they go, most of them out of character everywhere they go. Bro, these people are not mentally stable people that we're talking about. Like a few of them are that take their brand and their craft serious, but even Kevin Hart, we see how many fucking times he ain't got caught up. One of my favorite personally, I hate to harp on it, but he's a fucking alcoholic as well, and he had to be dealing with that. These niggas don't be just the perfectest people. If we want to talk about how many times he got caught versus how many times he probably was busting some shit down, like let's be real. So it's not just because I think these people are bad. I think it's because they have a high level of temptation. They always inebriated. It's a bunch of stuff that go into it. It's easy. And who gonna tell them they wrong? Who gonna judge them? Everybody's doing it. Everybody's fucking. That's cool. That's their life. I'm not judging them like, oh, you niggas need to burn. But I'm saying, like, I know she for the streets. That's how you ask me a question. I don't look highly upon celebrities, bro.
I don't think you have to look highly upon anybody. I just don't. I think I consider whatever you consider the street to be is like a little bit different. Like when I think of streets, I think like Sukiana. Like that's the street. Like that's like she was in a relationship with this nigga for a long time, whatever. But like when she gets back out there, she back out there. Like those when I think of those type of girls, and I think of like this for the
Well,
streets.
she's
That's
an
what I think of.
extreme example of it, but most of these women for the streets. I ain't gonna tell you. I wouldn't consider Meg Thee Stallion wifey material, not from her lyrics and content and the way I've seen her carry herself. So that in general makes her for the streets.
Nobody said perfect, but I'm not to put bodies on people or women or men just because they do things I don't agree with.
They talk about fucking all the time.
I mean, 21 Savage talk about killing niggas all the time. I don't think he's killing niggas 24/7.
Maybe not. Probably not.
Most likely not.
But fucking is something different. Pretty sure he's
but
fucking a lot of
if
bitches.
she's
I'm
rapping
pretty
about
sure he
fucking her
talking about
nigga,
fucking a lot of hoes and he doing that for real. Yeah, guns is extreme. You go to jail for that. You ain't going to jail for fucking.
I'm sure at
It's
this point
not.
she's talking about fucking. She's talking about fucking her boyfriend.
Maybe. But
What if we even talk about? We talking about the rock shit. The rock shit. I think it's just one of them things. It's like obviously the rock. Obviously the rock is the rock. So it's like like if I said that, he probably won't give a fuck because I'm nowhere even possible to be in the vicinity of Meg Thee Stallion any point in my life at this moment. When a nigga like especially a nigga that's way more famous than you, way more rich than you, could give her a level of status, so that the insecurity hits it. Because even to his correlation to Megan is like what people look at as like, oh, she should be with a rapper that's more like with Nicki. When Nicki got this nigga who she grew up with, or when she was a Meek Mill, people like, why she don't get with Drake? Somebody like this level, like I feel like in him, there's like a little, like, man, that's the Rock saying he wanna be my girl pet. Like, god damn, I gotta say something. I don't think he's like, she's gonna leave me for the Rock.
I'll read comments. Well, I don't know. It's definitely insecurity. I think it's based off him being insecure and also based off how she moved. But she could be faithful. I could be 100% wrong. But good for her. I doubt it though.
I'm more, like these are now these be like this. I be just thinking like, so you think a woman could ever be faithful if she's ever slept with like multiple people before?
Yeah, but not. It's. I mean, it's statistically proven that the women with higher sex partners are least likely to more likely to divorce and have or least likely to get married. But do I directly think that's a reflective of it? Is that my argument? No. My argument is the amount of options and that she got when she traveling. She ain't always with that nigga, and she really got the freedom. And I don't think she fucking. Come on, bro. She's madly in love with Party Fontaine. No, that's fucking an act. I don't buy that shit, bro. I don't buy none of these fucking relationships. Beyonce shitting on fucking Jay-Z at this point. It ain't his looks, it's his money. I don't buy none of this shit.
You think
They
she
all
be cheating
together
on
for
Jay Z?
brand. Most likely, they all he's known fact that he cheated on her, but he ain't about to put that out that his wife cheated on him. That ain't beneficial to him at all, and not his brand, not the man.
Do you think no celebrity relationships are essentially real?
They real to a certain degree, but I don't think any of us would want to be in them type of relationships. I doubt it. I think there's a lot of insecurities.
Oh yeah, she was with Moneybag Yo. Okay, you can name Moneybag Yo. I forgot she was even with that nigga.
Bro, she was with a lot of niggas, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. We give a lot. They all pass around.
But I take into account like niggas I see you with multiple times. Like a nigga, it's like, I mean, obviously you could have one night stand. I'm not saying there's nobody you can have a one night stand with a nigga, but like I be taking shit with a grain of salt. Like, okay, you obviously with this nigga for a long time. He probably Moneybag probably fuck. Tory, like, come on, that nigga Tory most likely fuck. Like, they got too much shit going on for it to be like, oh, we didn't fuck. Like, come on.
We already know how they say nasty Trey is. You don't think these niggas ain't trying?
These he trying, yeah. Of course he be raping people. Of course he's trying.
And I think she ain't got the strongest mind. And saying, oh no, I'm just gonna. She getting fucked by these all the niggas that she fucking loved when she was younger, bro. Like, what are we talking about? She's probably been infatuated with a lot of these niggas she's coming up across. Yeah, she's famous now, but nigga, she wasn't famous for a long time when these niggas was in their prime, bro. She's giving it up, bro. Stop it. She was in love with them when she was younger. All of a sudden, now they're in person, and she get to see them. No, stop it, bro.
I ain't know she was a fan of Wiz Khalifa and Trey Songz.
Hey,
I don't know. I just think. I think
hey,
I think
Taylor
she
Ganger
was.
died, nigga. What the fuck you over here for? You think these niggas inviting her over? Look, you think you think this nigga Allen? What's this nigga name? What's this nigga Andrew Tate invited fucking that dude's daughter over just to fucking have a podcast and debate with that bitch? He fucked that girl. What's that? What's the Dr. Peterson daughter?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
What's her name?
I
Malia
don't know her
Peterson,
name. I don't
something
know her
like
name.
that. Well, yeah, she was like, yeah, he invited me over. You don't think this nigga ain't trying to fuck?
Yeah, they was dating for like 4 months.
Oh, that ain't what I knew. I ain't know that. That ain't what she implied in the interview. She was just making it sound like, oh, I just went over there, just went to go see the
Well, I'm going.
lifestyle.
I'm just going off what the H3H nigga was saying. He was saying they was dating for like 4 months. So maybe I could be, like I said, I could be wrong, but that's what that nigga was saying when I was ever heard about this entanglement between these two people.
My point is, you ain't about to get around these niggas that's uber fucking sexual and uber got bitches, and they about to be around you trying to kiss your ass and not even trying to fuck. Them niggas is trying to fuck. And I know she was entertained by a good majority of them. And I'm not saying I'm demonizing her. I don't care that women are hoes. I just was making a statement for the street. It's facts. Ain't nobody wifing Meg the Stallion.
Arson Fontaine? What do you mean he would? I'm sure he would in a minute.
We know why.
Why? You
That
said we
nigga,
know. I don't know. I'm just
that
asking
nigga
why.
is so happy to be with somebody on her level. Stop it.
You
That
said
nigga
why.
about
I
to
don't know
change his
why. I'm
name
just
to
asking
Partisan
why.
the Stallion, nigga.
I'm just asking why. I don't know.
Bro, you know why that nigga's eating. He's benefiting. This is the biggest he's ever been. And I like him as a rapper, respectfully, but I'm just saying, act like this. We don't know why this nigga love. And of course, she uber fucking sexy, but come on, wifing her like, oh, she's cooking meals for me. I'm in uber love with her just because. No, stop it, bro. That's not it. But I'm sure some dumb nigga will wife him, but that's life.
I just don't see why. I don't know. We always get this relationship. I just don't see why I'd be dumb.
Bro,
So I don't. I
bro,
don't know.
bro. A lot of these women get into that when they in. Let's be real. The problem with most women with marriage is they don't know how to sit back and just chill, and they call it people call it the diva. They think they're a diva, and that's normal in regular girls. These women are really divas. As a marriage, typically, you put the man first. They ain't putting nobody first. The world revolves around them. And even at some points that you can understand that in a marriage that you will revolve the world around your woman at time, just like, you could do that.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking sin. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they a give and take thing. It's constantly, nigga, it's me, me, me. I don't think that's marriage material in itself. And that's where you get the what's the lady that was still talking about I used to date 50 Cent and shit like that. And
Vivica.
yeah. She dated Jamie, she's dated all type of niggas of great ilk. But at the end of the day, when she gets to niggas of that has women that be or do anything for them, that be submissive, and then they got to compete. Well, she got to compete with some women like that'll do anything to be in that position. To a woman that want to be like, it's not a great comparison because they don't need your money, and unless they want to be with you for their fame, they really don't last long. But I mean, Partisan may love her. I mean, I wouldn't. It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm just saying I doubt it. Most women like that. And I don't see Meg, bro. I look at Meg, bro. I don't see no woman that's wholesome. I just don't. And could I see somebody acting that way and then not being that way? Not really, bro. Not really, because her actions in public be showing how she act in her music. Like if she was in her music
Well,
one
yeah,
way, then she was like.
I gotta publicly continue my brand.
But Cardi don't be twerking and shit. She kind of do be doing that still a little bit.
Yes, you do.
She still be doing that a little bit, and
They
she
all
be
be doing.
twerking
Nicki
at her
got
concert.
kids and babies. She's still on the floor twerking. 30
Nah,
years
yeah.
and 20 years in the game. That's their brand, their image. They gotta do it.
Yeah.
But
Can I ask this? Do one look more believable than the other? Do you feel like Cardi's actually settled down, or do you just don't even think that deep about it?
I think she's settled down. Like she's not as crazy as she used to be.
Yeah, versus like,
Yeah, I
I
definitely
guess
don't
I
think
could
she's
say
as
that.
crazy as she. I don't think she's as crazy as she used to be. She used to be
I guess you
stripping
could say
straight out the
that.
Bronx, wilding out, going crazy. Now she got 2 kids, a husband, and she's you could say the biggest female rapper in the world. Like.
I guess you could say that about both of them. I'm a little harsh on her with the not being able to take party serious. I could be dead ass wrong with that one, but I still think she's for the streets though. But because my last point was like the type of dudes with her be with her clout or dudes that's like they can be like take being put around
Like I'm
or
not even
like
disputing that if she's around Wiz Khalifa. Do I not think that Wiz Khalifa would be trying to fuck her? Obviously. I don't think Trey Songz will be trying to. Probably 99%. Not probably. I mean, I don't know about 100. Maybe I could never be absolute, but let's say 98% of niggas was in a room with Meg Thee Stallion. They would be trying to fuck her.
I understand that. But one thing about media is they know if you seen together, it's gonna be implicated that y'all together. That's one thing, right?
Hmm.
Everybody knows that, unless she's just horribly media trained. Two, what the fuck is my second point? Fuck my second point. Fuck, I forgot. But yeah, you oh, it's not like I feel like it was a random occurrence that she just met Trey Songz in the club. I feel like it was an invite. She accepted. She wanted to be in his presence. That type of thing. Like it ain't like I just randomly ended up at Will's house. I just randomly ended up at Tory. Like she accepted an invitation or something. She sent him his number or whatever, and she opened up that gate to being pursued. Unless they just didn't have no game, I'm pretty sure a lot of times like she was already somewhere entertained because most women don't go somewhere unless they're gonna be entertained or unless they're getting some free food, and Meg don't need no fucking free food. So I would assume if she was moving to be around any male and know that's gonna be a scene and people gonna see them together, she's taking a risk and probably wanting to be with him, whether it's temporarily or not. I just don't. You wouldn't see Beyonce just doing random appearances with dudes because she know how her image next to these dudes gonna look, especially in private, intimate settings or yeah, because they was kind of seen laid up together a little bit. But I mean, a picture is one thing, but a picture implies things, especially in our era. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying like that means he nailed it and he sealed the deal, but the fact that I think she may have been interested in them, and you know that they shot. There's only so many things that could have went wrong after that, and you know they drinking, you know they having fun, and it ain't like who gonna judge them? Like nigga, they gods in their world. Who the fuck gonna judge them? Like,
Yeah.
so I don't think they be living with like that type of respect, like in a sense. Like I really don't, bro. So to answer your earlier question, do I be thinking it's a little fake? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I do, bro. I do. Like even like Kevin Samuels talk about it. He was like these high profile dudes when they be like these CEOs and shit, like they all have to get married because the wives of the other CEOs are getting intimidated if he like this single dude because wives don't like they mans around single dudes. That's just a common thing everybody know. That's historical. But they always be fucking their secretary or their assistant. Like that's literally like they work wife that they make like they woman that they fuck. Like they even like the assistant be telling the wife what to buy for him for a fucking gift and shit because she know him better than the wife. And then the
Yeah.
wife be out cheating and doing whatever because she rich and she can go wherever the fuck she want. And they kind of do their thing and still have love and the kids be in the house or whatever. So I'm not saying that I believe that's fake. But I'm just saying, I know it ain't something that most people will like look up and be like, "That's what I want in a relationship." We seen, I want that Jada and that Will love, like that whole aged badly. And then it was another one that I heard
That shit
recently.
crumble. Like, God damn, we don't want that shit. I do not want the Jade and the Will love at all. No fucking thank you.
That's what I heard. I don't
Bro,
think
you
it's
see,
gonna.
hold on. Speaking of drink chairs, real quick. Bro, these niggas in these stories they be telling about people. Neo told a story about how he was at a Halloween party and he told Ice T, imagine another man tell you this, man, I've always wanted to grab Coco's ass, which would be his wife. You know, Ice T got the white girl with the big ass. I don't know if you ever
Yeah,
seen it
yeah, I know
before,
you
but
talking about.
yeah. He said Ice T called his wife over, whispered something in her ear. She smiled at Ice T, smiled at Neo, and she bent over. Neo said, I'd try to get the biggest handful of ass, but I would never do that. What is wrong? Like, see, I can see what you're saying. These niggas do got some weird shit. I ain't saying they don't. I just never just assume like people for the
Bro,
streets,
they be saying weird
but
shit.
like that's a weird. If that's true, Ice-T, I don't know if he said nothing about it, but if that's true. That's a weird shit. I would never let no nigga just. I've always want to grab your wife ass. Hey baby, come over, bend over. And then the nigga get a handful of her ass. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Bro, so my last line, I was like, that nigga said, why would I even marry you? Not even Aisha enough. Drake, I said, I feel like that's gonna age badly one day, but I'm gonna let that sit on the
What's wrong
sideline.
with them?
Aisha said you remember we talked about the open relationship
Oh,
shit?
she said she won't feel attractive or something like that.
Yeah, all that different shit. You know, she got seeds planted by her. She got touched by Jada, and that's all. That's all you need. That red table talk was some red installation, nigga. Like she was doing some deep programming in that
That's a
motherfucker.
damn desk of hell right there.
I ain't
You
gonna
go there,
lie
you
to you,
surrounded by demons in that
but
motherfucker. Don't ever let your wife go to the red table.
oh, it's
She'll come back a
over.
demon.
So you feel free in that
Jada opened my
relationship?
mind to a couple. Nah, fuck that, bitch. Come back home. We ain't going to the red table. No
Your
damn
girl
more.
start saying shit like I've been thinking all of a
You ain't hanging
sudden.
out with Jada, Will, and Jada. Hell, no, we ain't going to that house no more. We done with them niggas.
Nah, but I ain't gonna lie, them niggas be weird. This nigga Lil Durk said, I'll still eat a pussy, you know, she been fucking on Gunna. Or he'll be like, I'ma still fuck her, even though I know she been fucking with other people, like, or like another rapper. He like, I'ma fuck her good because I know like she passed around about good rappers and shit. Like, I've heard them lines come from like niggas. Like, if them niggas be on some swinger, like, I got the bitch you fucked or whatever, like them niggas be bragging and them niggas weird, bro.
I think it's too like I think what I consider like what I consider the streets is like I guess like oh when I think of street I think of like girls like just wild like 30 nigga like just wild like I can visually see you just wilding out. That's what I think of like when I think of the streets. So we just got different perspective I guess on what we
Yeah,
consider
nah.
the streets.
Toxic
But like
women.
that swinger shit like Ice-T letting another man that's crazy. That's crazy.
And just like how it's not the same, but I feel like how Terry Crews got his dick grabbed, I feel like that happens. So I feel like it's the similar vein. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna never let nigga touch me, just like I never. But I feel like they let that shit be flying, like shit be going.
That nigga was scared to lose his job in Hollywood, man. Now he on America's Got Talent.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Come here,
Hollywood a
Terry. Let me
weird
grab.
place.
How about I said some pause word. Come here, Terry. Let me grab your dick. I give you this show.
They
I give you
called him
this show right here.
Terry.
Come on.
Put your dick online. I give you a show right now.
Come here.
Put your dick
Let's
on tape. I
reenact
give you.
something. Is this how Cat Williams did it? I don't got no pliers. I'm using my hand for a second. You remember Friday when you did this scene with Cat? Let's reenact that real quick. Let me grab your balls real quick. That's what the shit the niggas was doing.
Hey, he was like Ice Cube in the Friday. He like so he grabbed it like he grabbed you like this.
It was like this, and then he twisted like crazy shit. That's crazy. He should have beat that nigga ass. Fuck all that. Oh, I didn't want the industry. If you would have came out with that story, I don't think nobody would have been. And maybe, like I said, in Hollywood higher ups, they'd probably been like, "We got to cancel Terry Crews." But the public would have been like, "I get why you beat his ass, Terry. We got it. We got you."
That nigga grabbed his dick and rubbed on his back and whispered to him.
Got a new movie coming out.
That's
Hell no.
crazy.
But all right, man. That's all what we got. That's all we got.
Nah, man. Hell nah.
Oh
We
shit.
gotta.
Okay.
Hell
Goddamn.
nah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do people hate black men? And that's
I
being a
did put
nice
that in there.
title.
I
And
did
that's
put
a
that in
nice
there.
title.
I was because that picture I put in there, that's crazy to say. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Like, she said, y'all are the most violent, incarcerated, homeless, uneducated, and the list goes on. Why would literally anybody like y'all? Like that, like I get it. Like those statistics, I don't know how you measure violence. I guess you measure violence on like violent crime statistic, whatever. You could probably measure those statistics, and those statistics may be right. But I just don't like how we're able to look at the like when it comes to certain things, like, oh well, that's only because the crack epidemic and the feminist movement they had to do this. But like when it comes to that, if black dudes like, nah, fuck that, y'all uneducated, y'all are violent, y'all this, but you don't want to bring in those factors in that aspect. But for other bullshit that suits your narrative, you're bringing those systematic factors into your life. But that was a crazy tweet.
And that's what I kind of hate because a lot of shit be disingenuous. You get that more from the black women than you really get from black men. You don't get black men saying I hate women. You gay nigga? Fuck wrong. That's what you gonna get. Like you don't get
It more
men.
be like, hey, I don't like girls being hoes. Fuck you, nigga. It's like, all right, hey, relax. I don't like that. You do what you want to do. I just say I wouldn't want to wife you up. That's all I'm saying.
It be that simple, but like I feel like I see more black women speaking up against it, but it's been the underlying thing that a lot of like the girls with bad hair jobs, because we know they only talk to white dudes. Like them, the ones I always know talk to white dudes. If they hair never like brushed, but it's a wig on, they
Yeah,
only talk to white dudes.
they
I
talk
know
to
it
white
for a
dudes.
fact. Yeah, next time you see it, next time you see a black girl with a white dude, I guarantee you her hair is not kept or
I ain't
done
gonna lie.
like a black girl.
I thought this about Candace Owens. Well, before Candace Owens went to the Daily Wire, she would look kind of wild. But when she got over there with them, she started looking a little bit more pretty in my eyes. I don't know what kind of hairstylist, makeup person had that for Daily Wire, but when she got them white boys, she kind of took a little transformation. I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, because you look at her pre, you look at her post, she look a lot
But
more,
yeah,
glamorous.
she grew up, but that's been like that. She always looked like that's what I'm talking about. She only used to talk to white dudes. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
the look. That's the look right there. But the pre look before the glow
yeah.
up. But you get it from them. You get the sentiment from the average black woman, whether it being dead ass or
That's just stupid. And let me just I don't even I like Candace Owens. I think she got some good points, whatever, whatever. When I show this, I'm just trying to give an example of what we're talking about here. So it's like, okay, see this photo right here, this one is what I was talking about, like pre Daily Wire. And then like after Daily Wire, oh my god, you look so good, girl. Oh my god, look how beautiful you are. You so beautiful, girl. But then it's like, is this one? It's like, girl, I don't. I ain't like I know you're talking about black women. I'm just making a point. We're making a fucking point when we're talking about of those type of girls, they white boys. Anyways, you continue.
yeah, and then you feel like it's like, well, I know for a fact it's like sometimes them women be dead ass and then be playing like the average black woman, but it's an ongoing sentiment and music that like I ain't fucking with niggas or niggas ain't shit. Like it's hard pressed for you to ask a woman how they feel about men in general and they not gonna say something negative.
Yeah.
Like that's common sentiment amongst the average woman, I would believe. Now, can they not say nothing good at all? I'm pretty sure they can say something good, but yeah,
I thought that tweet was
I don't know.
crazy.
I just feel like it's
I thought
disingenuous.
that tweet was like because the person who quote tweeted that was like, oh, you look like the person who helped Joe Biden write like the crime some shit
The
you
crime
wrote the
bill.
crime bill with Joe Biden or some shit like that. I'd be seeing shit like that. But that's just crazy. Like like I said, we cancel these niggas for saying shit, and I've had my fair share of fresh and fit them niggas cringe. They do this, do that. I was like, search I be seeing on Twitter. I was like, bro, that's just
It
like
be them be the
that
real
should be
Uncle
crazy.
Toms. Them be the real Uncle Toms, bro. Like we try to joke and talk about Stephen A. Smith and how he be on some Uncle Tom shit too. I ain't gonna lie. That vaccine shit with Kyrie is crazy. He was on some Uncle Tom shit. But nah, it be some people on some Uncle Tom shit. But I don't know. When it come to being a woman and talking about black men, nobody care, bro. Like you can shit on black men in general, and nobody care. We was talking about like the totem pole of like what you can say about people and
The
what people can
social
say about you.
hierarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we rank pretty low when it come to that. Like if we say anything about people, we either looked at as like crazy, oh he's just mad. And I know that black women get that too, but it's even harsher with black men. And I hate to make it a competition because that's what it always seems. But when you consider like no one's acknowledging it, and then like people are hyper doing how men are acting from red pill or how men be acting in general, it's kind of crazy. It seems one sided, and I don't be liking that shit, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie. After the video I made today, bro, people don't be talking about how like fuck shit like women can do. Like I had said, like you get movies where a man can literally be the villain, bro. Like, and of course this happens where like a woman moved to like a whole nother town. Did she move to a whole nother town? He keep following her. He killed like people in the neighbors that almost caught him, and then he eventually almost killed her, and then she burned a nigga down in the fire. Like you be getting these horror stories where like men can be like horrible to women, and I understand it. It can be like that. But where I don't think the same concepts exist for women. Yeah, you get like the Carol Baskins, I think it was, when she kidnapped the man, basically handicapped him so he couldn't walk and shit like that. But like you don't get the woman rarely like how she like fucking tries to end this man and take his house, take his kids. Like it was a story I just heard. I was watching Patrice O'Neal. The dude built the house up, built it himself, and got married. He came home one day. The wife cheated on him. She filed divorce when he caught her. she got to stay in the house. He had to pay rent temporarily and still pay the mortgage, or whatever. And she was still fucking the nigga that she cheated on in the house. Like, you don't get no stories made
That's a
from that
true American
perspective.
Horror Story right there.
Like, or how we talk about the nigga fucking coming home and eating cum, cause like we don't be getting them. The bitch had sex with it. She had an interview. You remember we talked about that shit? She fucked another dude. The dude came in her, and then she had
Okay,
sex with her fucking boyfriend. Like,
okay,
we
okay,
don't be
okay, yeah,
getting
yeah.
movies and songs about how women could be nasty, or how a motherfucker can stab and kill their kids and shit. Like, I'm like, it's not like that's every woman, but I'm saying you don't get that media how you get it driven by like about how evil the man could be. And I think it lends to like us looking at women
I
like
think
they
we
can
looked
do
at
no
women in some,
wrong.
because I ain't gonna lie. When I was looking at that girl who killed them people in the car, I started feeling kind of bad for her. Like, damn, man, I see her crying. I was like, damn, I feel kind of bad for her. I know she killed some people. I know it's fucked up, but for some reason in my spirit, I feel
No,
like a
fuck
little bit of
that.
sympathy for her. I'm like, damn, that's
Nah,
fucked up. It's like
she's
I know what she did is
stupid.
fucked up, but for some reason I feel a little bit of sympathy for her.
Well, I feel sympathy for anybody that makes mistakes, because we all gonna do that. That's the sympathy. But she's stupid. Why deal with somebody toxic if you like what are we doing? Like, I made the shit the joke earlier. I'm like, bro, women have niggas always talk about how many fish in the sea, bro. Women have it abundantly, and you tripping over a nigga that's you claim is toxic. Like, that's weird for a woman to be that like fucking emotional in my
I wonder,
eyes.
I wonder if that story about that woman is true about the boyfriend thing, because that same friend got on the news and said they was drinking, they was drunk, but it came out today that they did all that and then there was no like drunk on toxicology. There was no, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that person who came and was speaking was like that was a true, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, because that person said the boyfriend shit too. They
Yeah, they
had
said
said they
like,
was
oh,
drinking
she's
with the
got to fight
boyfriend.
with her
Mm,
boyfriend and da, da, da. And if you look at the
yeah.
stories, like they said, she's been 13 crashes. Like she's a habitual crasher. I would have just said I had a heart attack or I passed out. I would just fucking try to pull some shit out my ass. I don't know
Mm,
what, but
no, but
not
that
abundant. I
just
think when he says abundant, like we got to be honest, like girl, like even like we said with Meg the Stallion or whoever, like it's easy for girls to get guys because most guys will just. We're talking about maybe not a relationship wise, maybe not like
you
because
got it's easier than the
it's easier
dude
for you to
is.
interact with men than it is for men to interact with women and get
Y'all get
accepted, like to get chosen or something like that.
y'all get shot at way more than the average man gets shot at. That ain't even a question.
Yeah.
And my overall point to that is just saying, like, why would a woman be that thirsty to a point where like you just can't move on? Like, nobody should be that way, but it's weird when a woman
I
can
mean,
act
but
like
love
that.
is
I
love,
ain't
man.
gonna
Maybe
lie.
she's in love,
Man,
bro.
fuck all that
Me and
shit. I ain't
Carla
gonna lie.
right
That shit
now.
weird.
We watching show. It's called Love Island, right? And I'm always amazed by these shows that they be together for 3 weeks and they be like madly like this be the love of their life. They be the love of their life in like 2 days. Like
These
these
niggas
people
be
are madly
desperate,
in
bro. That
love.
shit
Now,
don't be
maybe it's
love. That shit
fantasy
be
world.
desperate.
Maybe it's
Shady.
like it's fantasy world. So it's like there's no bills here. There's no nothing. They giving us free dates. So it feels like a fantasy esque world. Maybe it's a security too, because it is a competition. So you want to stay stuck with that person that you with. But it's like maybe
That
they,
should
you know what
be
I'm saying?
that should be lust. That should be man,
Like,
that
bro,
should be a
let me tell
moment.
you
That
something.
ain't
Let me tell
love.
you, I love these type of shows because they just give me so much hilarity. So we watch this one show it's called Are You the One, right? So essentially it's 10 guys, 10 girls. You're trying to find your perfect match based off of everything you told the producers. I want a person who's this, that. They create your perfect matches. So then you'll meet somebody for 2 days, right? You're like, oh my god, I love them, and then like the people will vote to send to the booth, and then it'll tell you like perfect match or no. You get them all right, you win, and there'll be 2 days in there. It'll tell them no. The objective is to find your perfect match to win money. They'll be locked to that person for the rest of the show, ruining it for everybody else because they won't just detach. You met the person 2 days ago, but you're in love, and we know the objective and the goal is to get the perfect match and fucking move on. But maybe it's a psychology to it, man. I don't know. She in love, man. She in love. I mean, if that story is true, why she ran into those
Now,
people, you know,
now I'm being funny, but
they're not an option if it don't meet your standard. Uh, Well, I just think we're talking about the possibility of just meeting somebody and having like
a woman that look good and she a nurse, she got something to do with herself. She shouldn't be dealing with niggas that she just can't like a toxic relationship like that, bro. That just is irresponsible. That show a
And she
lack
was
of
pretty. She
character.
was attractive. She was
Like they
pretty.
just show
She was pretty.
like you got a lot going for you, and you doing shit like that. Like, and I don't even want to put the blame on the dude. Like he toxic. She could just overreacted, bro. Like she could just be loony, bro. That really could be what it is. Like if I'm being real, like I don't even want to make it seem like it's his fault.
I
Like
mean, yeah, it's plenty of things that it could. It could.
like
Hey,
they
I'm out.
he got
I'm
every
out here.
right to break up.
I'm out here in L.A. as a whatever a travel nurse. We on different time zones. Why you didn't call me? It's 7 o'clock. Damn, girl, it's 5 o'clock. I'm not even up yet. You know, they could be like some. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck it is?
My
I'm
thing
sure
is
it'll come out in the trial when it comes out.
to act like that, bro, is just loony, bro. Like that's some lunatic shit, bro. To drive full speed into and come on, bro. That's some different type of shit. Like I'm just my last thing that I said earlier. I said if somebody gonna overreact like to them like them girls that messed up that restaurant when they ain't give her the sauce for 29 cents or some shit, they was trying to charge her
Yeah,
for the sauce.
yeah.
If that's how they overreact to some shit like that, imagine how they overreact at home. Like I don't be thinking we like looking in on people's lives. Like we see these things that happen, but I'm like, bro, that should be vindicative of a lot of their decisions that they ain't made, bro. And they don't look like they made good decisions. Cause I ain't gonna lie, an average person that come from a good background that went to school and studied, yeah, heartbreak may hurt, but bro, they dealing with that shit a lot differently. Someone that deal with that shit like that, bro, it's something going on in their head where they should have been got therapy or they should have been got help. Cause that's not normal, bro. And nobody, oh, come on, bro. That's weird, bro.
Yeah,
That's
well,
weird.
I get it. I get it. She fucking her decisions led to 6 people dying. So she gonna
And
suffer the
like
consequences whichever way they come.
nothing's ever that serious, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like we can't be real about how like that woman is a horror story
I mean,
to that
I think
family.
about it all the time. Like I be thinking, like I don't like I said, the mind is a powerful thing. So I can never say never. But like when I see like a dude like walking on his wife and she cheating, and he murder everybody, it's like I don't feel like, bro, I'm not trying to go to prison for that. Like, I just don't feel like that'd be my route. I just be like, I just don't see myself like spraying the block, killing everybody, and then now I'm in prison. Like I just can't see that being my route. But
It's weird, bro. It's weird. It's weird. There's nothing else around it,
and if
nigga.
you don't, the crazy thing is, if you don't do that, if you don't spin the block, people like he wasn't really in love with her. No, I'm in love with her, but I just don't want to go to prison.
Nigga, you love her, but maybe I just love her. And now it's time to move the fuck on. So all of a sudden, you can kill somebody that you love and is the parent of your kids because they fucking somebody else. Like I talk about, like I said, women for the streets. That's fine, but just because she fucked somebody else, she deserve to die, nigga. You a bitch ass nigga. Like what fucking said Boosie said on Vlad? He said kill over pussy. You a pussy ass nigga. Like that's what you are, bro. Like yeah, it hurt your pride as a man that you make like you start going up on this like this ego shit, like this your hero story, like man, I should be good enough for it. Like sometimes it's just the shit end. And you, man,
Yeah.
stop harping on that shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It'll suck.
No, it'll
But the
suck.
thing
That'll fuck you up. Like it'll suck, but like not to the point of me want to kill
and,
somebody. I just can't.
and it's
I don't know.
disrespectful. I might fight a motherfucker. I might want to throw some shit, but killing somebody, I might throw something at the bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I might throw something. Something like 15 pounds. No, I can't throw 15.
Damn, 50 pounds
Something
might
like
take him out.
something like 5 pounds. Just make a little sting a little bit, but I ain't gonna do nothing else. But killing somebody is crazy, bro. Like your homeboy stole some money from you. Killing that nigga is crazy. Just, I ain't your nigga no more. Like I might sue you to get the bread, but nigga, I ain't killing a nigga
Yeah, I
that
ain't gonna
you
kill a nigga for
that
that.
like
That's
you
wild.
got
That's crazy.
history with, that your kids probably love, like your family like got connected. That's weird, bro. I can get cutting somebody off, but killing somebody, bro, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And I think it's a special type of loony people that do that shit, bro. But like I said, that lady's a horror story to that family. Like what she did was like people will consider like hell. Like people gonna be traumatized, PTSD, nightmares after that, off of her reactions and her behavior.
For sure.
Like, but
For sure.
we won't. No one's gonna analyze this shit, bro. like to a deeper level in my mind. Because I said on my last point. Now this is my last point. Can I ask y'all what's the difference between people twerking on like tables and shit in a place they're not supposed to be, restaurant like we seen with that black dude owner, or throwing shit? What's the? Do you think because they may not be showing class there that they could be classy in other areas?
Yeah,
You think that's likely, or you just think it's possible?
I think it's possible. I don't know if it's like, you know, it depends
Because
on what I feel like it depends on what they think about the establishment and things of that nature.
that's a good point. My thing is like if you gonna act indecent in public, how you act in private?
Yeah.
If you're gonna have bad behavior in public, I'm pretty sure your behavior in private is even worse because that's when people let loose and really let go. But you
Mhm.
let go in public and it's already people being embarrassed to be like you look at them like, God damn, like, oh.
Bro, I remember one time I think you was with us. We went to like Applebee's or some shit like that. It was like a couple years ago. And they was all like they being loud. Like I can see how if you was there, like, hey, they're kind of being loud over there. And then we got kicked out. It's like that's just embarrassing. Like I don't think they're necessarily wrong for kicking us out because y'all was being loud as hell, cursing loud as hell. We had a family establishment. It's like, relax. Like just have normal conversation. They ain't a race. I mean, I'm not saying race doesn't play a part in certain things like that, but like you gotta admit, it was acting the ass. Like it was a little wild.
I can agree with that to a certain degree. Restaurants shouldn't have took our party. That really should have been it. Like they knew it was gonna be loud. Like I know when the table gonna be when they come
Well, you
in.
can't
So
discriminate. You never know.
nah, you can say we're not gonna take big parties because big parties gonna be loud. You ain't even gotta
Oh,
discriminate.
okay, okay.
That's all. Because that's in general. Big parties gonna talk. Like one person want to hear what the other. Like that's just how it is. If you got a small restaurant, that's what I would have did. But nah, yeah, I agree with you. I was there. Yeah, I can understand that. But
Yeah,
yeah, but so my thing is like if this people overreact in public, like when we see people fighting employees in restaurants or fast food restaurants because they ain't get their shit the right way. Like how you think they act when their kids mess up or do some crazy shit? Like that's what I'd be like. But
yeah.
we don't want to analyze like we look at it like a world star or like entertainment, like oh it's cool, whatever. But I feel like, bro, that should be critical, and we need to like judge that shit because when you really think about the trickle down effect, bro, that bad behavior is a reflection of probably how they raise their kids, how they live in a household, and we talk about that's some of the things that we got to
I
get
mean,
out of us to grow,
the
bro.
perfect real life example right now is like we just seen Blueface knock the shit out of his girlfriend on the ground, but you can see that's a very like you can see that train they got going. Ain't no way that ends well. She's super obsessive. He's obviously he cool with the obsession. That don't end nowhere to me, but a nigga getting stabbed or like that don't end well. No way, shape, or form.
I
That
agree.
relationship ends badly.
That's a great
Either
point.
he gonna beat the shit out of her or she gonna stab him. That don't end no other way. He like offered $100,000 for to get rid. Like, there's no way that ends good. But he's still fucking her. So it's like he indulged in that shit as well. He liked that shit, I guess. But like
Yeah.
that's an example of like that shit don't end. Like they probably fight way more than we even see in private. Like really fighting. Like that's just ridiculous.
And I don't see how. I guess like just because they rappers and like we know they degeneracy, we cool to let that shit go. But it's only a certain demographic that watch them and support them anyways.
Yeah.
And that same demographic be acting a certain way in public and shit, be wilding, twerking, wearing out. That's why I don't know, bro. I just feel like it be shit that could be corrected, but we be so scared to talk about it because we be like, we policing people. But then we talk about protecting people. It's like I think that's a form of protecting people from themselves at some point, bro.
Well, I
Like,
do think it's a certain time and a certain place to do, certain things. Like twerking, like when that guy told him, "Hey, don't twerk on the tables. This is like a restaurant. This isn't like a bar that turns into or a restaurant that turns into a bar at night or whatever type of hybrid shit y'all used to go into. This is a nice step. Like even think about it like this. Think about when the Turkey Leg Hut. Where else would you think the Turkey Leg Hut is? It's not an elegant restaurant. It's not Steak 48. It's not Fogo de Chao. It's not whatever. They just tried to implement a dress code and they got killed. And we're just trying to, class up the joint. Why are we getting attacked for trying to make our establishment a better dress code? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's like why is that a
asking
bad
people to
thing?
have class.
Yeah, like why is that why is that a bad thing? But it got a lot of backlash whenever they made that new rule. So I was like,
Mm, yeah.
Sorry,
No,
no
that's
flip flops, no tank tops, no titties hanging, no no sagging. Like, bro, I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, have a different level of decorum at my restaurant. You can still come, anybody can come, just don't dress out a certain way. But that's life. So I don't know. We're 2 hours. I don't know if we got anything else.
I had a would you rather. I forgot my other one though.
You forgot what your would rather is?
I had one. I got one. I forgot the other one.
Okay, let's knock that bitch out. We'll get the fuck up out of here.
If you had to hedge your bets
Okay.
on the world getting better or bad, which one would you hedge your bets?
Bad. I say bad.
Chat, what y'all think, chat?
I feel like with just social media and everything going on, the direction of the world, I just don't think it gets a lot, better. I feel like it's get a lot more worse before it get better. Like it could still course correct. They could like get really bad, and something sparks and it kind of flips back, but it's like a pendulum. So I feel like it's swinging to the more of the toxicity and things of that nature. With everything, like it's everything. It's music. I mean, shit. Look at social standards, politics. Like everything is all bad. Like I kind of like harp on like people on the left just because I be thinking their ideas like so wild and out of control. But even when I look at these niggas that do they political conferences like CPAC and they're doing their speeches and they're like, I'm a Donald Trump Republican. It's like, bro, calm down. Like that's like their guy. Like that's their idol. Like I get it. He has a lot of pull. So you want to like, Daddy Trump, Daddy Trump, Daddy Trump, please endorse me. I get that it's politics, but all that shit just looks so wacky. Like now, Trump got rated, defund the FBI, do this, do that. It's an assault on every Trump Republic. I don't know. It's like relax. Everybody
Surprisingly,
needs to
I
relax.
surprisingly I think I'm gonna disagree with you. I understand every point you make because trust me, I harp on how bad this world can be. But when I talk about what has actually been worse, I would consider the past being worse than where we at now and possibly the future we head in, including wars, including bad politics, including oppression. Yeah, we still have slavery in certain countries,
Well,
but
okay,
still.
well, okay, hold on. Let me tell you. If you're talking about like we gonna go back to slavery and shit like that,
No, no,
I don't
no,
think
no,
we're gonna
no,
be
no, no.
Holocaust. Like I don't think we're going that way.
But
Of
I'm
course,
just
it's gonna be
saying,
better than that. I'm just talking about in relative to like what's going on
okay.
right now. Well, whatever situation we're in right now, will that get better or worse?
Oh, okay. I hear you, but I don't think that I'm not arguing. I'm not counter arguing my point to say that. My bad. I still got a bigger point than that. I just think it's been trending towards getting better inch by inch. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I think it's gonna head back to that. Like I get how you think it could be worse. Like financial shit could break or shit could get too inflation. Like inflation can get too bad.
Too much
Um,
division. What's gonna, what I'm saying, finally
they
split
burning all
the.
the. My bad. Go
You
ahead.
good? No, I'm talking about what's like. It feel like they trying to split the nation. Like abortion happened is like, but I feel like when this is my thing too. Like maybe I'm being a little bit too hyperbolic because it feels like when something happens, oh, it's about to split the nation. But every time it happens, nothing happens. And when the
Yeah,
abortion happened, it was like, oh, it's the end of the world. We're gonna have civil wars. But it happened is like,
that shit dead and gone.
and I'm saying it didn't affect people, but like the people that were so loud about it and making it seem like it was gonna be something like a massive movement. It was like, what happened to the? It just didn't feel like nothing.
Yeah, I
Like I thought it was
agree.
gonna be like George Floyd all over again. I thought it'd be like protests in every city in America and like major ones that last days. But it was like,
Yeah, that's
no.
true. But yeah, I could easily be like, yeah, they burning down all these food plants and shit. Like I could see that shit. Like I could see it heading like people trying to gain control because I think certain pandemics ain't real or
Breakfast comes
more
over. NBA Youngboy flopped. Like it's like
music's dead.
Kim Kardashian broke up with Pete Davidson. It's like it ain't getting no
I
better, man.
Iron Man's dead. I don't want to watch Marvel no more.
Come on, man. Like it ain't getting no better, big dog.
2K dead.
It ain't getting no better.
Nah, I honestly even like finish my point. I think it's trending in a good way. Cause even when I look at like stocks and like young dudes making money because like I feel like a lot of the power is transitioning to regular average people because there was it was this constant thing recently. They was like y'all been taking money from the average man for years, and then y'all want to get all in y'all butt when people start running it up against y'all with certain like like meme stops that they call it. So what? But I think that's just been indicative of like social media being able to bring people together, being able to shit do whatever, even from like compete against hedge stocks, which I mean most people could figure like how can you compete against America? How can you compete against these big nations? I think how could you compete against hedge stocks is a conversation, and
Oh,
people are
look, this nigga,
showing.
here this nigga come. We done shit on NBA YoungBoy for 30 minutes. We done now he want to come crawl back into the damn chat. But I'll let you finish your point.
But yeah, it's just like what was I saying? You remember?
No, just like people fighting against the power, people coming
Oh yeah,
together,
yeah. And so to
information being
say
spread.
yeah, to say like the hedge stocks like can be like competed against, like that's I mean will be one of the ones where you'll be like, that's David versus Goliath. That's one of
Yeah,
them David versus Goliath battles. Like people will never figure out how to beat a hedge fund, but it's showing that even if we don't win with like these meme stocks, it's possible. Like they got nervous. We seen them be like able to lose a certain amount of money. Like literally, it's certain what's the names in trouble and going in debt and bankrupt because of some of the moves that they tried to do to counteract this meme shit. But it just showed like they can be touched in certain aspects. So, and then that's just one aspect. When you talk about, like you said, or like I said, the connection, there's so much stuff you can do, bro. You can sell money. I mean, you can sell anything from across the world, bro. You can talk to anybody across the world. That shit only gonna get more advanced. Like our technology, like TikToks and shit, that shit only gonna get better with shit like that, like spreading knowledge and shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I get the distractions and shit, but when you think about like it's gonna be plenty of more Elon Musk type people that's just on their own grind creating shit, bro. Like I know there be distractions and shit that everybody look at and talk about, but I just think so many people are have free access to do whatever they want these days, bro.
yeah,
And I think that alone should be like an uptrend into the future. I would think.
yeah. But
I
what was you gonna say?
I think it'd be shitty for like the people that used to have all the power. I think it'd be better for us.
Yeah. Let me just address these because like I said, he was ducking before he popped in. Charlamagne, Joe Budden, and Egg about to create a big three. I don't think that's gonna be like a great. I don't think that'd be like a great show to watch all the time. Like I don't know, it's too. It's like too many. It's too many a mics on a. I feel like it'd be like Charlamagne and Joe Budden would be like the more. I don't say aggressive, but like the more out there, and Egg kind of just sit back and just be like
Hell no. Nah.
the
I can overtalk anybody.
I don't think so because even when you got to think when he get into these podcasts with like um 6ix9ine and Wax, like he's not he's just kind of like when he's in a room with people who are like more vocal than him about certain shit, he's not overly out there. But
Mm.
you never know. Why would I sit here and listen to obvious whatever? I think that should be. I don't know if it'd be perfect. I just don't. I don't know. I think it's cool for like a little one off, maybe spin off type shit, but like to replace like the Breakfast Club, but like those three, I don't know.
Yeah, because they wouldn't do it the same as the Breakfast Club. Like they're not about to like
Like
dedicate their time like
even
that.
them like sitting down talking about news weekly. I don't know. Like
They're not about to dedicate their time like that. They all got their own stuff going.
those ain't like a little one off thing. Like if they did an end of the year special, like how Joe and Charlamagne used to do, like I think like a little one off shit like that, that'd be cool. But like not nothing. I can see them three doing something consistently and be like, oh, this is great.
Maybe a once a month, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, I mean that's all we got. We already went over. Wardu was ducking. We came in because I wouldn't. You could have said I really wanted you to rebut. I wanted to see like what your what your excuses were for these numbers that are have come out about YoungBoy. But we had no blackballs. Oh, they don't nobody supports him in the industry.
He's not on Spotify.
Oh, no, they said title. I was title. What the fuck? Listen to the title. Like, come on. Uh, anyways, Charlamagne got a comment central. So yeah, that's by itself though. I'm talking about all three of them together.
I ain't gonna lie, Joe not that like he I respect his run, but to act like he's the most entertaining like with other people, that's just Joe's great by himself, but
Yeah, yeah,
I love him on his show, but I don't love Joe outside of his show. I loved him on Everyday Struggle, but outside of that, I don't know. He may got to do some more growing, but
You want Vlad on there? That's who you want. You want Vlad TV.
nah, nah.
Vlad is the new interviewer. He's the new Breakfast Club. Like, I don't know about that.
I
I
think
don't know
all of
about
them are
that.
great on their own, man. We just got to enjoy them on their own. Act gonna only get bigger. Joe and Charlemagne, if they stay on, or if Charlemagne stay on that kind of path, they only gonna get bigger. So I mean, we just gotta wait. But I
Yeah,
think they'll be great on their own.
Joe's
I
been
wanna,
getting
I
through this
wanna.
also.
What you said?
I was reading the chat.
I wanna see like somebody get an Arsenio Hall show that's like a big crowd, black dude. That's like that. I guess that's similar to like a Oprah in this sense.
Yeah.
But his shit
Yeah.
was exciting. Like the crowd was
Damn,
active.
I
Like
forgot Deezus and Mero. They broke up. Hey, everybody breaking
for
up, man.
real.
Yeah.
I ain't know
That was
that.
like 2, 3 weeks ago.
I ain't know that.
They
Oh,
broke
I think I
up.
did hear that.
Everybody breaking up, man. It's only a matter of time for duos and trios start breaking up.
What you think they broke up for?
Who knows? Beef, money. I don't know. Money, maybe creative direction, maybe stall out, maybe who knows.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm only in it to win it. If I get me a big bag, bro, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be putting out
If
shit,
me and you
bro.
was making millions of dollars, bro, it's like even if I hated your ass, nigga, I'm gonna be here every week.
Oh
What's
no,
up, y'all?
yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah. But I'm saying after about 10 years, I can see myself mailing it in. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Like if I got 100 million a year, nigga, or 50 million a year, I could see myself mailing it in on some.
top 5 podcasts right now in music. I don't really even listen to. But I'm telling you, when it comes to music shit, bro, I be so like I try to listen to academics podcast. I don't really like his interview style. I feel like the best academics is like Twitch academic. That's like the best version of him. I don't really listen to Joe Budden shit no more. I think the only podcast I actually listen to from start to finish, and I wouldn't even say I guess consider this music is Breathing Is. That's the only one I listen to from start to finish consistently. And if Joe Rogan got somebody on that I want to listen to, I listen to him. But as far as music, like I guess I watch $1 Million Worth of Game on YouTube, but like I said, it's got to be somebody that I would want to even watch, listen, talk to. So there really ain't too many people in music that I listen to that or podcasts that specifically talk about music that I listen to.
Not specifically. I'm about to say I know. I'll listen to Joe Budden. They talk about music. Joe Budden got to be number one probably when we're gonna talk about hip hop
You
stuff
still
and stuff
listen to
like
Joe
that.
Budden?
Yeah, yeah. I watch them on the time to time. They still be entertaining for me.
I think I only listen like I said, it's more like this happened, so I want to hear him
Oh
say
nah.
like I want to hear like what he thinks about this, but I won't listen to a full. Like
Oh well, I feel like
When it was Rory Marlin Joe, that was number one hand. Like I was listening from start new Rory and Marlin to the very end to the sleepers. But now, you know,
yeah, but that was in a prime too. Did I fall off for a little bit? Even before they broke up, I think so. But even then, I still watch Joe Budden consistently. Like I think not no, of course not like his prime, but I could see I'd be watching like most of the episodes a lot of times. Like I like the dynamic a little better because like
yeah, I ain't listened to that shit in a while. I don't remember the last like major story I wanted to hear them talk about or
I
hear
just
him
like
talk about specifically.
I like the dynamic because it's more of his peers. Like I wish Joe don't be getting in them bags no more, like them rant bags like that. That's a big thing. But I like that dynamic. I ain't gonna lie. It's different, but it's cool to me. They all kind of like they all kind of still do it. Roy and them do like take his side a lot in the sense. I feel like don't really challenge him too much, but
Mm-hmm.
I like their perspectives a little more because I feel like Maul used to be too boring with his like he always try to be cool. And I mean, Roy never was having no deep take, but I feel like these dudes have a little bit more insight on life and be coming at shit a little bit more different. Yeah, it's more mature. Yeah, like I like the young dudes, but I ain't gonna lie, I never loved Maul. He always seemed too cool when it came to conversation. Like he never gave you the answer that you wanted when you talked about certain conversations and shit. Like when you like, man, what's the weirdest thing you ever do? Man, I was in the pool with 3 bitches. Like, nigga, what? Like, he
The
always
coolest
used
answer you can give.
to
Like, nigga,
like,
we done did some weirder shit than that, nigga. Come on, that was the cool shit.
and Roy was like, he wasn't a dick rider, but like,
He was like a try hard, like try to be funny.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that
that's
worked.
what
But I
it
don't know. But
is.
that worked for all that shit. For me, all that shit worked.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It kept me coming back, but I don't think. I think that was also a contributor to his prime. Like when he was still on Everyday Struggle. Like you got to watch. Like you watching both. Like you really couldn't get enough of Joe. I think his theme died down a little bit in general.
I think in my opinion, for me, the greatest, and I'm talking about all mediums, all media, whatever.
Oh
The
shit!
greatest 3 like hip hop centric things of all time will be the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden podcast news, Rory Mal him, academics on Twitch. I would even say whenever No Jumper was on, like when they was really doing underground, like when they was doing like the first X interview, first 6ix9ine, first, like when they was in that era, I could say that's like that was an era that was there. And as far as like the new shit, I don't know. I don't know. Like you see, I got with Joe Budden. Joe Budden on one. He one of the people. You know what I'm saying? I can't disrespect him. He back there. He one of the people.
I'm surprised you don't watch the 85 South Show interviews. They interview a lot
Uh,
of
I,
entertaining people,
no, I'm sure they do. I just never got it. I never got into it. I never like
and they funny than a bitch. Like that's weird. I would think you watch them.
No, I never get into it. I mean, I'm not saying like if I probably watched it, I probably would not. I'm saying I would not like it, but
They had some good interviews too. I don't
Oh,
know.
did I say? I forgot. My bad. Also, with the Everyday Struggle, that was like one of the best like things. I forgot to add that in there. As far as just, like hip hop shows, like of all time, like
You said
that's
106
gotta.
in Park.
I mean, I guess yeah. If you 106 Park, but I was saying more like like podcast, like TV show type
Oh, okay,
things.
okay.
Yeah, he said 106 in Park. He's already counting 106 Park, but obviously 106 Park is obviously that's a staple. But yeah, now we get into talk about hip hop shows and shit like that. I think we've kind of squeezed this one dry. I don't know if anybody got any last minute questions, topics, whatever, real quick, but I think we squeezed this. I think we squeezed this. I don't know what you squeeze, what type of fruit you squeeze to get juice out of. This orange.
Most
I feel like
fruit,
this was.
nigga.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of something most commonly known. Like what's the
Lemon,
oranges?
nigga.
Oh yeah, lemon. Yeah, okay, lemon. Isn't a lemon a vegetable? Or no, am I tripping? I don't know. I think what's the difference between a vegetable and a fruit? Shit, I don't fucking know.
Nigga, you're tripping, bro.
I can't say it's a vegetable. I don't know what the fuck are vegetables. Anything like this
This nigga really asked that
shit that
question.
don't taste good. Shit the sugar.
I
Water,
forgot
you
about
ain't
that
doing water. You
versus.
ain't doing no more verses. You done. You
Wait.
fried.
Oh, it's me and you
It's
versus.
me
Yeah.
and you.
Yeah, I'm tripping. This nigga said, "Is that a fruit? Is a whale a fish?"
I mean, yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, it's a fish. Speaking of that, let's talk about that. When do we? It's been like 2.5 weeks now, right? It's been like since the shit got took down. When are you? When do you want to do this? If we do this,
I ain't in no rush. I ain't gonna lie to you.
okay. We could probably hold it off for another week or two. Then I don't see nobody clamoring for it, so maybe we could hold off on it for a little while. But like I said, it most likely won't be on the YouTube. It'll be on Twitch only. So y'all gonna have to go over there and subscribe on Twitch and shit like that for the damn verses. Is a lion a tiger?
Bitch, a whale not a fish, y'all dumbass. It's a mammal. That's why I asked that. I
It's a
heard some.
fish. That bitch live in the water. It breathes a fish.
It
A
don't
big
breathe.
ass fish.
It breathe air, nigga, and it
Breathe,
don't have
nigga. It could be underwater, swim in the water, live in the water. That motherfucker a fish.
it don't have eggs.
Nigga, it's a fish. I don't give a fuck what it can do. It's a fish. Nigga, you don't live on land. You live in the water. You a fish. Unless it's a seal or something. I don't think they're fishes, but whatever. Regardless, you got a tail. You got fins. I mean, I guess seals do too. Well, we'll give a fuck. Now we just talk about shit. We're done. Utopia gonna be a classic album. I'm calling it. We'll see. Who knows?
With Utopia.
That's Travis Scott. We'll see.
I need to stop calling
Salute
shit.
to Travis Scott though, man, getting back out there on that on the concert thing. I wonder
Stop
what
calling shit.
I wonder what he thinks about, you know what I'm saying, when he before he performed. I wonder if he was like, fuck, last time I performed or something like this, people died. I got backlash. I'm nervous.
Personally, I wouldn't have gave no fucks.
I mean, I don't think he was really to blame, so I can see why he wouldn't give a fuck. Fuck mid. I mean, I don't know why we're dissing Kid Cudi in this. I don't know what Kid Cudi did, but yeah, this all we got, man. Subscribe, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Been 2 hours, 34 minutes of nonstop action, topics, discussions. I don't really, we can say the 21 Savage shit. I'll probably just talk about all my shit tomorrow. That was getting on his ass, but regardless. Any last final words from you?
Nah, we out. Thank y'all for watching.
See, maybe not Saturday. If there's some big shit happen, you might see us again on Saturday. But if not, we'll see y'all back here next week around this time as well. So see y'all then.